What? Ooh, ladies first panel. Uh, y'all.
What's
I
up?
should have just rounded it out. We on the clock 3 minutes before 8:30.
I
Okay.
was thinking the same thing. I'm like, they can't say that. We so on time today.
3 minutes before 8:30 for those of y'all who like to talk shit in the chat, talk about it's past my dinner time. Okay, they take I'm about to go get something to eat. Y'all want some? We here, okay? But y'all know what to do first while we wait for all y'all other cousins to come into the building. Be sure to follow us at Ooh Ladies First Panel. Jamie, that's me, Bondi Blue, Blue Rose Bondi, and myself at Nene Dixon. Send us a DM, email for all the mess, and also for collab opportunities. We be forgetting on this part to talk about Ooh Ladies First Panel podcast. So if you watching this live right now, just wait a couple days. Find us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, because I know a lot of y'all like to be listening to us on the job. So yeah, this will just be a good way to do it. Follow us everywhere. Rate us 5 stars. Y'all ready?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh.
What's
What's going
up?
on?
We
Ready.
All right. What's going on?
So what's up? Not a whole
Yeah.
lot.
I was gonna ask, how has y'all's week been? What's been a highlight of y'all's week?
What has been the highlight?
Oh, I don't know. Getting an extension on my taxes because I got to do
Oh,
that shit. Uh,
Oh,
let me think. What's a real good thing that happened? Oh, okay. So y'all know how I be going out, right? And I go to like certain events, and you know how they be taking pictures from the party, and then they post it to
yeah.
like for the next one.
Yeah.
I feel like whenever I go out to these events, I never get in none of the pictures. I finally got in one of the pictures.
is
Oh.
it cute?
It is cute. I posted it in my stories. Hold up. Let me pull it up. So, okay, so
Oh, that is
Oh,
cute.
okay, that is, yeah.
okay, look how the nigga looking at me. And that's my friend Brittany with the locks. Okay, with the long locks. And then it's my
Yeah.
friend Kima right here on the side. You know, you see the back of her head. But child, the way when I tell you we had a fucking time that night. Okay. Y'all know that was the night that I had ran
Nice.
into She Who Shall Not Be Named.
Ooh, child.
That was that
Mhm.
night. So for me to look like
Oh,
that, girl,
yes.
it
I
tickled me.
love when we be doing that on the live. When we be like, yeah, something, but I can't really say.
Yeah. I tell
Yeah.
y'all behind the scenes
Stuff y'all know that they don't know.
that they don't know. Yes. Oh my.
Bonnie,
Child.
what's
I
going
think my
on?
highlight this week was
Don't
the
go
little man staying over my mama house.
Mm,
Ooh,
a
I
break.
know you had a time.
Girl, I was so glad. I was so glad. He's
What
so
did you
good.
do?
Went to sleep.
Look, I was just about to say she probably slept.
That's
Okay,
about it. Yeah.
it's giving in a bed with a whole bunch of covers. Okay.
Okay. Cold, iced out, undercovers. Yes. Yeah.
I be trying to be outside heavy when I don't have snow. When I have snow, I be like, well, y'all know, y'all be seeing it on the damn stories. I'll be a city girl.
Yeah.
We love that
Um,
for you though.
you said what?
We love that for you though.
Thank
Because
Yeah.
you.
sometimes I be inside and I be like, oh look, she outside. I guess I'm gonna have to go outside next week.
You gotta go outside. I'm about to be outside this weekend.
I finally
Um,
slid outside last weekend, but the DJ just was like,
That is so important.
I can't. Like, I mean, he
boy,
was playing good songs, but is it like this where y'all are, where the DJ will play like the first verse and before it goes into the chorus, just change it up, especially if it's like your song and just
not
switches
a
it.
place
Like,
I go.
it's like I can't even really get into this song before you switching it, getting it to the next one. Like, are you okay? Slow
Nah,
down.
I'm gonna tell you, we have some bomb ass DJs down here. Like, okay, so the thing that I just showed y'all, that was DJ Rockaway, and he has an event. We were at Lanyard, and it's another one this Saturday. So I feel like I might be outside then as well.
It's like tomorrow or
This Saturday coming.
Oh,
Yeah.
you gonna have to tell me what they gonna have the weekend after because I'm about to be. You not gonna be there. You gonna be in Atlanta, but that's the weekend I'm gonna be in New Orleans.
That is very
mm.
upsetting to me, Nisi, but I will definitely send you what's going on. But DJ Rockaway, DJ Jess, DJ Ari Spins is my girl. I literally have been driving all the way to St. Claude. I need y'all to understand it's like a 30-minute drive in the middle of 30, 40 minutes to get there so that I could see her DJ during the happy hour between 5 and 7 on Fridays. She be fucking killing. And I mean good mixes. Like you could I was on Instagram on my stories, like recording, and you could hear the transition. I'm like, I know y'all hear that transition. I was killing. And plus, the drinks be fire, but you got to be careful in New Orleans because when I tell you the liquor here is strong, Lord, like, why am I fucked up? I only had 2 drinks. My God, today.
I don't be going to the right spots. I need to figure out where to go because anytime I go to New Orleans, like I don't like my drinks to have a bunch of sugar in it. And when I be down there, all the drinks have a ton of sugar. I can't. All that mixed stuff.
You have to go to like white people places. I hate to say it but you have to go to white people places for if you're really trying to get you a good drink that's not overdone. Because black people gonna overdo it on the sweet and on the liquor every time. Now, I'm not gonna lie. Shout out to Cam, down to Sweet Lorraine's because I think that's her name. I only asked one time and I was fucked up. I think her name is Cam. But Cam made one of the best dirty martinis that I have ever gotten.
Love a dirty martini.
Because Sweet Lorraine's is technically hood. It's not. It's like more of an open mic night jazz, but it's it's on St. Claude. It's a hood place, okay? But it's classy based hood people. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I love that.
Yeah. Girl, I went in there this past weekend. When I tell you, I saw everybody and they fucking mama. First of all, Trombone Shorty was in there. Me and him grew up together, so we ain't seen each other in years. So I see Troy, homegirl Sierra I went to church with, nigga Cliff that I used to work with. Then my friend Nadia, who I went to LSU with, was in there with our other friend Xavier that went to LSU. It was just everybody and their mama was in that bitch. And it was a great time. And y'all, I wish y'all lived here because I feel like when you go to other places, you really miss out on nightlife that has good music, but also like it's about the vibe. Like the food got to be okay, the drinks got to be good, and the music got to be good. New Orleans got a whole bunch of places. Yes. Okay, I was down there at least 2 days last week. Okay, I might go back tomorrow. We'll see.
Shit. Yeah, that's how I be at Double D's down here, but we don't have no food at Double D's. The DJs just be good. Like the vibes is real nice. But yeah, highlight of my week, y'all. My girl Snowden took her first steps.
I saw. I was like, look at her.
I know. I was like, and my daycare lady was like, "Hey, you gonna make her nervous?" I'm like, I'm sorry. She was, oh my gosh, I'm so excited, but I'm also like hella nervous because you talking about be worn out. I'm about to be worn out.
Listen, 2 seconds over here, over there. What you doing? Get that out of your mouth.
No.
Yeah.
Literally.
It's gonna really get like soon as she probably get there walking, it's straight running. Like it's gonna feel like as far as mine, it's like he just skipped the walking because all he do is run.
Everywhere. Like he's a track star.
Literally.
And the other thing is, I'm like, it was a point in time where I felt like she was starting to look like me, but we're not getting there yet.
I see
she
a little.
act just like me. You do?
I see a little. I'm so sorry, but it's slowly. Yeah, it's slowly coming. Yeah,
but she acts just like me though. Like it's crazy. She literally acts just like me. I'm actually like very nervous to have somebody acting just like me. That's gonna be a problem. Ooh, that's gonna be a problem. Ask my parents. They be like, "Man, she always doing something. Man, why can't you never just chill?" I ain't made to chill.
I think you're gonna be. Listen, and I think because of that, you probably gonna be like the best parent for her.
I'm thinking the same.
Okay.
Like, yeah,
because you're gonna get her. Like if not nobody else get her, you gonna get it. Yeah, I agree.
That's good. That's good. Well, okay. I wanted to get into something. Do y'all know who Anwar White is? No. He's on the gay man that's always on TikTok telling women how to get your guy.
Oh, yes.
I do know who that is now.
Yes.
Okay.
I love him. I do. I love him. I really used to try to stay away from all of that media because to me it just like was so pick me adjacent, which it kind of still is, but I think it depends on the person taking in the information. Because if you really listen to what Anwar says, I don't think that he's saying anything that's very pick me. But social media was up in arms. The reason why they was up in arms is because it was a woman, and damn, my bad, it's all over your face, Bondi. There was a woman who came to social media and she had told everybody that she paid $10,000 to Anwar to be her dating coach.
It was
She went,
Anwar?
yeah, it was
I
Anwar.
him going in on him.
Yeah,
On
Anwar was
TikTok.
her dating coach. She paid him $10,000. She went on over 170 dates on Hinge and ended up finding her husband. And everybody was talking like, "Girl, $10,000. Like, I could have made you a Hinge profile. Why would you do this?" But on the flip side, some people are feeling like Anwar, isn't that Anwar? Yeah, Anwar centers men. I don't think he does. I'm gonna give y'all my opinion. But anyway, they say that you would pay Anwar, but a lot of y'all don't like the sprinkle lady. The sprinkle lady be trying to tell y'all to do the same thing. So why can't y'all, help our sisters and pay them $10,000? So 2 questions, y'all.
Interesting. Okay.
Do y'all think that old girl is a bird for paying the $10,000 to Anwar? For one. Second question, what do y'all think about Anwar in general? You think he's here for the pick-me's?
I don't think so. I feel like he's for the group of women who are actively seeking that out. But I also feel like, and I'm not trying to hate on him, because I feel like if you could get some bird ass woman to pay you $10,000 to find her a man, nigga, get your money. I'm not hating on him at all. But I also feel like I would never pay anybody to help me find a man. Like, I feel like it's not that.
Body. Hold on.
I don't want to say that. I don't want to say that because I know it's hard out here. I know it's hard out here. I don't want to say it. I'm trying to cut it off because listen, I'm outside. I see what's going on. I have a single home girl. We're out together all the time. So I get to see what these niggas look like. Tight chains. You know what I'm saying? Too much going on, talk too much, always trying to like see if they're using red pill a lot. A lot of these men that are out here dating, the way they interact with women is like constantly testing the woman. So I peep it. But I also feel like, I'm sorry, y'all. I just feel like me personally, I don't feel like I've ever needed somebody to find somebody for me. Like, I'm gonna just leave it at that.
What did she really get with the 10K? I'm confused. What all came with it? She's engaged now?
Yeah. So she did end up finding her guy, and she is engaged. But overall, yeah, that was all. Just the weekly coaching.
Somebody just said it in the comments. Like, I gotta pay to find them because, like, as a woman, y'all, and maybe this is just me. You can call me big-headed. I don't give a fuck. I attract. I don't need to like go out looking for a man if I'm the attractor. Like, you put yourself in the right spaces. That's the first, like, that's one thing. Put yourself out there. But ultimately, I feel like as a woman, like, you shouldn't have to pay nobody for you to find a man. Like, you walking around with coochie in a pocketbook. Like, what are we talking about?
That's what Anwar coaches, though. What you literally just said. So Anwar he says you are the attractor, right? Yeah. And then I actually saw a post. I didn't know he had a podcast, so I decided to listen to it to see what he was talking about. He put out a podcast, and the episode was all about detachment. And basically, he kind of went into more detail about what his coaching is like. He said that he did an interview with that one Afro-Latina newscaster girl. And she was like, how do you feel if your clients get married or engaged? He said, honestly, I don't care. And to me, I was like, well, of course you don't give a fuck because you're getting paid the whole time if they don't, right? But he said that he continues coaching them all the way through marriage whenever they want to cut the relationship off. But he does not care if they get married or not because he says that his coaching is always about the woman, not about the man. So what he ends up doing is teaching the woman to like be okay with being alone. being like figuring out how to make your cup full, so that way whenever you do get a man, you're not just attracting any old thing. You actually finding like what works for you, and you're getting like the things that are your necessities, not necessarily your wants. So he says that women will come to him and be like, I want somebody that's over 6 foot, dark skin with a beard. But he will like basically train them to say, yeah, that's what you want, but what you need is a provider, a listener, da 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 da. And
Yeah.
then once he restructures their mindset, they go find somebody just like that. So it's
Wow.
literally just him. Yes. So that's what he coaches, which is
These folks
literally
need therapists.
they need. Well, that's what he
Yeah,
said. He
that's what it
he said
seems
they need
like.
therapy. He's like a therapist. That's what it
Yeah,
is.
that's what it sounds like. You're basically, it's not that you're helping them find a man. You're helping them see the prospects better because they're looking at the wrong shit or looking at different, and I understand
Mhm.
this because when we were growing up, I felt like that was one of the things that I would always kind of feel like, well, that wasn't me, but I think I'm good. Because like when we were younger, people were looking for men that was basically out here in the street in one way or another. You either had to already have money because your people had money, or you had to be on some street shit on some type of way. I had seen too many, girlfriend of a drug dealer, getting shot in cars and all of that type of shit. So I was all about like safety. That was like my main focus. Do I feel safe with this person? Because I did not feel safe with so many people in my life. My whoever I was looking for, it was like, yeah, I need you to not be hard. I need this to not feel like a constant fight, a constant argument. So it was just like, oh, Lyric likes you. Lyric, my friend, what? And then one day, the shit clicks on, and then I look at my list of things. You're college educated, you keep a job, you nice looking. I didn't care about height. I didn't care about skin tone. I didn't care, I mean? I didn't even care if the nigga was fat. I don't give a fuck. Like, is your dick poking out more than your stomach? Okay, then I could work with that. Like, you have to be a little bit more real with yourself and stop being delusional, or really stop being so focused on surface level shit.
Mhm.
And I feel like a lot of the women is out here looking for surface level shit, so they don't know the deep things that they really should be kind of looking for in a partner. Because it's got to be checking off a money box, checking off a dick box, check off a dark skin with with a beard box. Like,
Right.
you gotta be willing to work with some of these niggas, but please not too much. Don't work with them too much. Give them a hard time. That's another thing.
Right.
Because our mamas gave us terrible advice. I just want to say that. Give these niggas a hard time. Don't make it easy. Don't make excuses for whatever they going through. And they like, oh, they didn't have this growing up. Fuck all that. Okay? I don't care what you didn't have. You a man. Figure it out. That's
It
my
seems like he does like glorified life coaching meets matchmaking in a sense.
Yeah.
I feel like when I think about what he's doing in a sense from like a matchmaking standpoint, I feel like people may pay that range. Remember they had that show on Bravo, the matchmaking show with the
The white
women and
lady,
men. Yeah.
millionaire
Um
matchmaker.
yeah, they was like, was it that's what it was called, Millionaire Match on Bravo?
The white lady, right? Yeah.
No, it was like black
Oh, the
people,
black
the
lady.
black
Oh,
folks, the
that was
black,
Oh
recent.
yeah, the Atlanta
yeah, and
something. I
yeah,
remember.
yeah, them. So they was charging people like 5,000 and 10 or
Right.
whatever the case was to like link with people or whatever.
And that was like
And
them curating the men, right? Like
I
they would
think
have like
so.
socials.
But I think it may have been one or two coaches that tried to do like the Anwar type of way. I think after they kept like turning down people based on looks or something, they tried to like reshape how they saw things or whatever. So I guess it makes sense for her to pay that 10K though. If that's,
She
what it
had it.
is. Yeah,
It worked for
okay.
her.
He had it. Now, what I
Did
will
it
say
though?
as far as him being a pick me, I don't see a lot of his videos to be able to say whether he does or doesn't. But what I will say is the videos I always come across, I have realized that every man is gay pretty much. And let him tell it because he does these videos where he's like, if they do this, they gay, they do da. And I'm like, well, damn,
And really, a
the
lot of
whole
them
world
are.
is gay.
He
So you
don't
know what
really, yeah.
it is? It's the I'm not gay, but if ain't nobody looking, I might fuck that nigga. Yeah. That really that's what a lot of these niggas be on. Like if nobody
Cross dangly earring, cross dangly earring, and the nose ring combo.
That
Gotcha.
be giving
Gotcha,
it.
nigga.
That
Aaron Neville
dangling,
looking ass
boy.
niggas. Tight shirt.
Gotcha, nigga.
You know what I'm saying? Listen, I was just watching RRG do their video on Tony Braxton and Baby. And it was
Oh, I
like,
gotta see
they
it. I
really think
love that
baby
conversation.
gay. They really think baby gay. And I'm like, I mean, probably.
Mm-mm.
Probably. I mean, he give gay from the Diddy standpoint. Like,
Well, didn't was that an edited photo of him kissing Lil Wayne on the lips?
that was not
I
edited.
think so.
Yeah, I don't think it was.
It's
People
not edited.
editing pictures like that back then.
It wasn't
Mm-mm.
edited. That's
He said
something
he
that
loved
they
him like a
did.
father. That's why
Yeah,
they kissed.
they kiss on the
Hold
lips.
up.
Mm-hmm.
Who
You don't
kissed?
remember that?
You talking about
Birdman and
Lil
Wayne and
Wayne and
Bird?
Birdman.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah.
Okay, I'm thinking of something else. I'm thinking of these
Oh.
thumbnails people be doing where they like merge Diddy face with somebody else. But yes, that was real. The Lil Wayne and Birdman. That's crazy.
They
When
say he
Diddy
used
told
shit.
Baby,
Okay.
yes,
Oh,
yes. When Diddy told Baby he needed to lose weight, I could not, because it was definitely giving. If you was a little bit smaller, I might take you down. I was just like, what is happening in this moment? Baby looks so uncomfortable because you used to making people feel uncomfortable like that.
No. Thanks for the super chat, Lauren. She says she did an interview with Jesse Wu. She stated he helped with a mindset and patterns that blocked her from the love she truly
Hmm.
desired. Also, she said she went to therapy and this was a compliment to the work that she did there.
Yeah,
Yeah, that makes
oh, okay.
sense.
That's
people
what's
just
up.
be needing
Oh, she
chat
got
GPT.
money. What's she? Yo, or Chat GPT.
Listen, you just need chat GPT or some variant of it. And somebody asked, do we think life coaching helps? I do.
I've never had a life coach. I've only had a
Me neither.
therapist.
Yeah, me
I've never
too.
had one, but I know people who do it, and I do feel like a lot of times you can't get good advice from the people in your family or your friends. Sometimes you have to have somebody that has knowledge of these things in a certain manner, because they're going to give you advice based on some type of facts or some type, their experience with watching people date, if that's their business. Versus how your family might give you advice that's just always based off of, oh well, like, girl, no. No.
Yeah. Well, all right. Look, this comment. I wanted to say something about this comment. So, yeah, LA Lover says men don't do any of this. And honestly, they don't. But I think
Any of
when
what?
you think about doing a therapy and all that stuff, the dating coaches to find women,
Hmm.
and
Rich ones do.
case in point, they don't have to.
That's true.
They don't have to. They can just choose whoever. So I do think, like I said a couple weeks ago, everybody can't. What did I say? Something like everybody can't have sense. Something. Everybody can't have standards is what I said.
Yes.
Everybody can't have standards. And when you think about just the simple ratio of women to men on this earth, a lot of women are not going to have standards. So I think that it is necessary for some women to do this type of coaching, not to learn how to mold yourself for a man, but to learn what your standards are and really like be intentional about the connections that you're making with these men so you don't settle. That's the type of coaching that
For
I'm here
sure.
for.
True.
For sure.
But okay, so it's been some other stuff going on. So y'all know I was on TikTok, like I always do. I always be on TikTok, but my stories don't be hitting like that no more on TikTok. My algorithm all fucked up. Um, but Bonnie actually taught me about this one, and this was about the Chinese people exposing the luxury market. Just letting everybody know that the bags that y'all pay $40,000 for cost $2,000 to make. Now, are we surprised by that? No, but let me play this
Mm-mm.
video real quick.
Thousands because you're not buying a bag, you're buying a brand. Let me explain how branding and manufacturing work and why the same $50 bag made in a Chinese factory could be sold for $4,000, depending on whose name is on it. Most luxury goods today are made through third-party manufacturers, many of them in China, Italy, Vietnam, or Turkey. The materials, leather, zippers, stitching are often sourced from the same suppliers used across multiple brands. What changes is the final assembly, quality control, and who puts their name on it. The real cost of a luxury item isn't the leather, it's the intangible stuff. Brand equity, celebrity endorsements, store leases, marketing campaigns, heritage storytelling. That's where the majority of the markup goes. And no, it's not a scam. The factories aren't really exposing anything. That's just how branding works. You're not buying a product. You're buying the identity that comes with it. Some people want that. Others just want the product. You have to ask yourself what you want. Do you value the feeling of high status or accomplishment that comes with getting a designer bag for thousands of dollars? Or do you simply value a good quality bag for a reasonable price? If you care about understanding real value, not just hype, follow me if you want to get more insight about how products and pricing work. Uncle said it best. Luxury handbags don't cost.
I'm gonna have to disagree with him a little bit because I feel like nobody knew that the Hermes bags were being made in China. Let's be fucking for real. Like, we might have known that the leather was sourced from Africa, but we did not know that the bags were actually being put together in China and then sent to Italy to have the label put on it. And to be very clear, I think the people that feel like it matters more to have, you know, a status symbol, I just feel like that's so empty. I feel like it doesn't fucking matter. It's a purse, bitch. It's a purse. Like, you gonna make you feel so much better about yourself because you can spend an exorbitant amount of money on a purse that really is not worth as much. Like, it's really not worth that much. But oh, the name. Who the fuck cares about some of these white people's names who have been like terrible and don't want black people wearing it? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't give a fuck about your family history like that when it comes to some of these people, you know. I remember learning a long time ago that the Louis Vuitton back in the day, y'all, the way they would make the dupes of the Louis Vuitton bags back in the day, early 2000s. My mama had a real one, and then somebody came to the shop with a dupe, and she was like, "Ain't this about a bitch?" Because she was looking at the dupe and peeping how it was basically almost identical to the purse that she had paid $1,500 for in the 90s. So that was kind of when I started to realize, like, I'm not about to be spending all my fucking money on this shit, man. Like, that's crazy. Like, that's crazy. But, you know, everybody got their shit. So I ain't judging, but it's just, you know, stupid to me.
For me, I was kind of surprised just a little bit that so many people didn't know that the bags were likely made over in China. Because for me, I knew about DH Gate back in 2010, where you can like buy hair all before they even had an AliExpress, Alibaba. You could just order whatever you wanted from DH Gate. So I always assumed it always came from China. So when I sat and looked, I'm like, yo, the uproar, so many people, like, they really did not notice. And then this is what I didn't know though. I didn't know that they were taking it from China, sending it to somewhere else, applying the serial labels and whatever else, and probably putting a different coating on it, right? And then sending it here. That's the part I didn't know. And then I also did not know that a lot of the leather that they're making is coming from over in Africa. So it was still a learning lesson because I didn't know that part. Some people may have known that.
Yeah, I didn't know that either.
I did see a post right over on Facebook, and this chick said, and at the end of the day, I'm still not wearing no fake bag. And I'm like, and at the end of the day, I'm still not gonna give a fuck about which one you got on. Like, it's not going to matter to me. It's not going to really help me out in any way. And that's just that. You know, I say get what you feel that you can afford or whatever you want. I feel like at the same time, even though people may get the cheaper bag, we still are slick promoting motherfuckers that don't fuck with us, whether it's real or it's fake. Honestly, so do what you do. I mean, it is your money. Do what you're gonna do. Good luck. I mean, if you like the bag though, if the bag that cute and you like it, and it just happen to be a Chanel, because I ain't gonna lie, there's a Chanel bag that I like. I'm not gonna hold it.
The Chanel bags are fly. I actually really like the Kurt Geiger, you know, versions.
Yeah.
I like Kurt Geiger's, all his little extra shit, you know, the stones and the cat face or whatever the fuck. I love all of that. I really like Kurt Geiger. So it's like, it's not that I'm completely against it, but when you see it like that, look, so for instance, I do not understand spending $40,000 on a purse that only makes $2,000 to make. I don't.
They look so flimsy. That's what, like, when Cardi has shown her Birkins, I be like,
that's it.
Yes. To me, and I haven't hit
you muted, Nene.
The fabric, you know, the leather that I hate, and obviously it's fake. I don't like the leather where if you got on blue jeans or you got on something, the color will rub off on that.
Yes.
And that's how some of these are supposedly authentic bags look. And I'm just like, y'all spent all that for that? Mm.
Yeah. Yeah. I never buy. So I have two luxury bags, Louis Vuitton, Gucci. Both of them I bought pre-owned. I don't buy anything after a certain price point. I'm not buying brand new because it's too much. Um, but I was so before I ended up buying them pre-owned, I was going down a rabbit hole on TikTok of all the DH Gate girlies. So when you go looking at the DH Gate girls and you find the link to the sellers, they literally post the bag without the
Label.
monogram.
Yeah.
Yeah, without the label, without the monogram, but it's not like an edited picture with the monograms taken off. It's like, here's a quality blank bag, if you know what I'm talking about. And
Yes.
then when you get the bag, they send you the real thing. The kicker though, it was one girl on YouTube. It was a black girl. I can't remember her name, but I just know like she literally used to act just like Tamar. Like it was crazy. And her whole channel was getting fake stuff on YouTube. I mean not YouTube, DHgate. They would literally send her the boxes and everything. They would send the certificate of authentication and everything.
That's
Mm.
wild.
So to me, it's just like this is there. I don't think that this is really shaking the table for those of us who live within our price range.
Right.
But for people who are stretching themselves
Yes.
and doing too much, waiting on that refund tax, so you could go buy the bag. Now you sitting there looking stupid because you could have just could have put gas in your car, or you could have invested the money somewhere. Those are the people who are
Should have
shook.
been investing in the company.
Let's be
It's this chick I've been following for a minute, probably a year at this point. I think her name is what, T Wasti or something like that on IG. She started doing like dupes, like I got the real bag, but these companies are sending me the dupes, and you couldn't even tell that they were any different. Like they look the exact same. And now she don't really do the dupes anymore. They just send her a lot of product, and it still just look authentic. And she just gives you the people's name where you can go. You don't have to go through the DH gate. You just go directly to them to their website, or hit them up on WhatsApp and order what you want. I'm
I
like,
had never heard of
interesting.
DH gate before.
Yeah.
But I also am a person that's like, if I can't afford it, like I'm not worrying about it. Like it's just not that
Right.
deep.
Yeah, for sure.
But when I tell y'all, a bitch do like a nice Tory Burch, a nice Coach. And somebody said it in the comments, but
I like
Coach bags really do be better than some of the
Quality.
Yeah,
more expensive bags.
they do.
Quality.
And they've been changing a lot too. I feel like they've been really evolving with their stuff. Like I think Coach got some good stuff.
I have
for
like at
sure.
least 2 or 3 real cute Coach bags that Lyric then got me.
Yeah.
Somebody check on Toya from Married to Medicine.
Oh damn.
Okay. A
I
whole
wasn't
baby shower.
for real. Nah, for real, bro. Because I think that's crazy when you like. I don't care what nobody say. None of these niggas got enough money to be spending $40,000 on a bag. Like, and I'm talking about Toya and everybody from New Orleans that act like they got money like that too. None of y'all be staying in regular, basic ass fucking apartments. Y'all got the regular ass car. Like y'all obviously are not living a life of wealth, but you have to go and get some status symbol of a purse that you could barely afford.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? When at the end of the day, the shit is not really, it's not worth all that if you can go and get the dupe. You know what I mean? So yeah,
1,000. Like it doesn't make or break anything about you for real, for real.
no.
And I
One
mentioned
thing I
something
will
about this before and it's not even just like with, high end items, but I feel like a lot of times people purchase things not because they truly like it, but because of how they think other people are going to respond to it.
Yes. Yes.
Gucci down, Gucci
Yeah, because it
t-shirt, Gucci
saves
belt,
so much
Gucci
Well,
money.
jeans,
not
Gucci
Dooney
tennis
and
shoes.
Burke. Child, not somebody bringing up the Dooney and Burke, the Dooney and Burke.
I
Listen,
remember those.
my mama
I
had
wanted to go and buy the throwback. Do y'all remember I was literally my mom used to be in Dillard's so hard. Like literally every week we would go down to Dillard's so she could pay on her credit card. She'd be like, "Don't tell your daddy I'm about to get this." We would all get purses. We had all the Coach bags, all the Dooney and Burks. But y'all remember the Dooney and Burke with the number collection that he came out with, and like Lindsay Lohan was the ambassador, and each purse was a different shape, and it'd be like number one, number two, number three. It'd have the gold number on the back, and it was like pink leather. It came in pink and white.
remember that one.
Oh my gosh. So I wanted to I had those bags and I gave them all away. I sold them to like Keeks a long time ago, and I'm like, damn, I should have never gave them away. So somebody's reselling them on eBay, and I low key want to go back and buy all my vintage bags that I used to have. So that's one thing I've been thinking about.
Oh,
I love
You
Michael
see it?
Kors too.
you love who?
Mm.
Michael Kors.
You know the one that I like. I love Brahmin.
I don't even know what that
Brahmin
is.
is
Yes, my
yeah.
mama has really gotten into them Brahmin bags. They be so
Mhm.
pretty,
They
like
do.
all of the different colors that they do.
This is the one I. This is the one I.
Yeah,
Oh
I
yes.
love Brahmin.
good gator, good alligator, or something like that. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm. And I
Yeah,
don't think
I,
they're too expensive. I mean,
they're not that bad.
depending on the budget,
Yeah,
but I don't. I mean, in comparison to 3,000, when you could probably get a nice purse for 300, I think I got that one for like two something.
yeah,
But I've had it since 2020, I think, or 2019.
and it still look good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, see, that's
mm.
why it's not
I want
even.
another.
It doesn't even matter to get those super expensive bags because some of the brands that are like right below actually have the better product.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually had somebody send me a bag to put in my vlog, like whatever last one I did 2 months ago, or whatever, called Teddy Blake. And the whole brand, have they emailed you?
No, I'm laughing at Imani when she said Brahmin is
Oh,
the church lady. I'm screaming because I think
no,
they know
it's
that, and they've
cute.
been trying to like change their styles up. So that's funny.
It's
Oh,
cute. But Teddy Blake, like, they whole brand is
Yeah.
centered around
okay.
being like cutting out the middleman. And you're supposed to be getting these Italian leather bags for half the price. And they sent me one. Top tier. Top tier.
Okay.
Um,
Okay.
yeah. Okay. So
Why y'all got me on the coach
I
site?
Who
no
website?
really, y'all gonna make me buy one.
Listen,
Who that?
Buy
on the coach
Coach.
website.
Listen,
Just
okay, so
looking.
y'all be on Coach, or y'all be on the other Coach?
Coach
Coach
Outlet.
outlet,
Yes.
I
both.
don't really I don't really like Coach Outlet no more. I don't.
Tell me why.
Not it depends. It depends. Like if I just need a tote, like a tote to throw a catch-all bag,
Yeah.
I'll be on the Coach Outlet. But if it comes to like a cute purse, I won't be on Coach Outlet. I don't know. It's not the same to me. I think on the Coach Outlet, some of their styles are more fashion than like Coach.com be more staple to me. And I don't
Mm,
want a bag that's like fashion, like only made
yeah.
for a Coach Outlet. I'd rather if I'm because they're not that much cheaper. So to me, it's like if I'm gonna spend $200 on Coach Outlet, why wouldn't I just get a staple bag for $320?
I
Or
don't think
it's
they have the
just
same ones.
well, no.
I
So
need to
some of
learn.
them, what
Mhm.
they used to do that they don't do no more. Sometimes it would be the same style of bag, but Coach Outlet would be like that Michael Kors canvas. Like if you scratch it, you can kind of feel it, and it would have like
Okay.
a leather crosshatch look.
Mhm.
Whereas if you bought it from the Coach brand, that would be leather. The bag would be leather. So you could tell the
Oh,
difference between like the made for outlet versus Coach.com. And it's the same thing with Michael Kors too. Michael
okay.
Kors, the reason why I feel like people stop fucking with Michael Kors like that is because once Michael Kors got really popular, what Nicki Minaj say? Son of couldn't fuck Michael Kors if he was fucking Michael Kors. Yes. As soon as Nicki Minaj said that, all the girls ran down to Michael Kors outlet. So everybody was packing all of the outlet quality bags. So
Mm.
overall, it just looked like the total quality of Michael Kors went to shit. That's because everybody was shopping Michael Kors outlet, but there's still the higher quality of the Michael Kors. So I think that whole outlet thing just be. Mm.
I'm gonna have to buy me a new Kurt Geiger bag or something. I need a Kensington bag.
Somebody asked, where can you get? You talking about where you can get Brahmin? You mean from China? I don't know, but if you talking about
Probably
the U.S., you can get that from like what
Macy's.
Macy's, Belt. You
Dillard's.
can go straight to their website. If y'all got Dillard's,
I
Kurt
need a
Geiger.
Mm.
new
Are
bag.
they connect? Let me see, Kurt.
I need to get the bag that match my shoes
Oh,
that I got. That's Kurt Geiger.
Oh, see, Kirk ain't even that expensive.
Mm-mm. And the stuff be so pretty and so nice. Like I got a pair of clogs from them that was so pretty with all of these like jewels and shit on it. Like I loved it.
I like that it gives expensive and it's not.
yeah, me too.
I got
Yeah,
a
they
Marc
nice.
Jacobs bag that I kind of wish I wouldn't even got. I liked
Girl,
it. I
I
thought it looked cute on the website, but I'm not
for the
crazy
people
about it.
down here in Dallas, shoe deal off 635. When I tell you they got the Telfar bags and the Marc Jacobs bags that look just like them, like just hanging up in the
Oh
store,
wow.
made me never want to buy one. But y'all know how I felt about Telfar from the beginning. I feel like I didn't say that a few times on here.
It looks cheap.
Yeah, I've
Mhm.
never been crazy about it.
Yeah. But we want black people to win. But
Always, always. Let me read a couple of these super chats. So Kimmy Kim said, "Hey ladies, thanks for helping me close out my night. Y'all are the best, of course." And then look out for Lauren says, "I'm a therapist and a coach. It's benefits to having both. One helps you heal, the other helps you create the life you want. And
Oh.
she also runs a 7-figure business, so 10,000 was nothing for her to invest.
Mm.
Period. Good for you, girl." And then KB says, "Besties in my head, love you three. Finally caught alive."
What's
Hey,
up, man?
girl. Okay, so this is what I think I want to do.
Okay.
I think we're gonna go ahead and get the hip hops out the way.
yes.
Okay.
Let's go ahead and get the hip hops out the way because it really wasn't much going on. Did y'all watch them?
I did. I did
I did.
my members only and I titled the video These Women Are So Sad.
Yes,
I did
very
see the
much.
clip of Yandy and Rashida.
Oh girl.
Um, I don't even think I was gonna talk about that.
Miami was more a mess, except for the fact that Scrappy and his new baby mama bitch.
That's it's only two things. So to get into that's Atlanta. To get into Miami,
Hmm.
Amara, I just I didn't think it could get any more sad, honestly. Like I can't even hold on. I feel like I might need to find the audio. But I'm like so tired of her bullshit that I don't even want to listen to it again.
Mm.
So basically, what happened was Alan was like, "Yeah, I want my family. I'm gonna get you pregnant. I'm gonna put two babies in your stomach," type of thing. But to me, it was clear that he was only doing it to try to to show what's Shay brother name?
Yeah,
MJ.
MJ. To keep her from MJ. Mm-hmm.
He was only doing it to keep her from MJ and also to try to flex like this is my bitch. When I want her, I got her type of shit.
Ooh.
She didn't realize it. So to her, she's like, me and my baby daddy made up. If me and my baby daddy can make it work, Shay, you and Fabo can make it work. I know that Alan has a wife, but all I know is that we got two kids and he's here with me on the island, and she's giving Shay this fucked up advice, basically saying as long as your baby daddy wants you, you
Try to work.
always
Mm-hmm.
you are you
Obligated.
belong to him.
Oh, that
Yes,
is.
you are obligated to be with him as long as he wants it to work, and that's basically what she was trying to preach. And it was also sickening because it was coming from a place of we got our shit together, so now y'all got to get y'all shit together. It was like extremely disgusting. I felt horrible for Amara because I'm like, girl, no self-worth, no healing in sight. Anyway, like I don't see healing in sight. I'm not saying it's not possible, but I don't see it in sight.
So he just said he want to put a baby in her, not that he wants to be
Two.
with her.
Two babies. Oh,
Right, he didn't say that. She put him on the spot and said, "Tell me you want me. I need you to say the words." Because she reached out to MJ to have a conversation, and he got hot and was like, "Why the fuck would you talk to him? I told you not to talk to him." And she's like, "Oh well, I just wanted da da da." And he was like, "Why would you talk to him like that's you got a man?" And she said, "I have a man. I have a man. I'm your girl." And he was like, "Well, not no more." And she said, "Well, no, say it. I'm your girl. I'm your girl." And he would never say it. He never said it. So then she was putting the pressure on him. And because the pressure was getting high, he hauled off. She was literally about to cry. He kissed her in the middle of the scene. It was like a telenovela.
not just that. He grabbed her by the back of the fucking neck, and that was it.
That scared me. I thought he was going to hurt her. I was like,
Nah,
what's going on?
She liked that aggressive
yeah,
type stuff.
yeah.
That's
what
sexy to her.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she liked it. She was like, "You're so crazy."
So that's crazy. So 1 minute we're hearing her cry and beg, and then now he gives her a little bone, and she thinks she got the whole
It's
thing.
so
Yeah,
sad.
she got her shit
It's so
together.
It's so sad. She was like, the rest of y'all are lonely and single, and I love this man. And I'm like, but he don't love you, bitch. You so stupid. I can't wait for you to get your feelings hurt next week because he gonna do it. I
Now
mean, I
I
hate
saw
to
a
say it
clip.
like that,
Was
but
that with her and Flo was going at it? Because I think I saw a clip of her
yes.
rubbing and touching her. Oh hell, girl.
Oh, okay. So first of all, the way Flo and Gael like ran it, like he was talking about your coochie stank, and he was sending me pictures of him and his dick. Like, first of all, he's fucked both of them girls. I don't care. When he sat down and talked to Trick Daddy and he ain't want to answer, you fuck both of them. Stop acting like you
Ooh.
ain't fucked them. You
He
fucked.
said, "Did I?" I said,
That's
"Mm."
your baby daddy though. That's
"Y'all,
your
this is a whole telenovela. This is a telenovela. Like Love and Hip Hop as a franchise is not a real show, but I'm hooked. It's not. I was on Twitter and I saw this girl, and they said, post your favorite scene from reality TV show." And somebody posted a video of Erica crying to Rich Dollars. What was his name, right?
Mm.
Rich.
Mm-hmm.
And she was crying. You remember the snot was coming out her nose, and she was like, "You don't." What was she saying? You don't love. What was she saying to that man? Do y'all remember?
You can't even trust nobody, not even the nigga you
yeah,
sleep
not even
with.
niggas you sleep
Not,
with.
not even the niggas you sleep with. And somebody was like, "Damn, Erica was in her bag with this one." They said she delivered every line with so much conviction. And if you go down like the comments, everybody was in agreement that she killed that role. Nobody was like, "Oh wow, this is crazy." Everybody was just in agreement that this is not real.
Damn.
It was though. Well, Rich, it was.
Mhm.
She was fucking rich because they
For
went back and
sure.
forth for a long time.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
She loved that man, that little Peter. She was crazy about him.
Then it just went to hell when she pretended to be lesbian with Santana, but whatever, girl.
Oh, that's my favorite one. That's my favorite one. You been sucking dick, bitch. I look what Dykeman is.
Erica.
I'm like, what the fuck is Dykeman? Like, okay.
Oh, but yeah, that was pretty much it for Miami. It just was sad. That's
It
sad.
sounds sad. It really does. That she and I said this, I think before. I think she probably should be with MJ. That's what I think. You don't
She
think
should
Mm-mm.
so either? Not even MJ
absolutely
either?
not. I'm gonna
Damn.
tell you why. When they
Damn.
had their conversation, she said, why couldn't you get your shit together when we were together? You were cheating on me. You was out at 4 o'clock in the morning. Like, so you made this big deal
Oh.
about her fucking with Alan after y'all broke up, but while you were living in her house and not working, you were cheating on her.
Ooh. I
MJ
didn't know
wants
that.
somebody to take care of him. Like, MJ reminds me of those bummy ass niggas who, because they mama and they sister always did shit for them, they've just been going from one woman's house to the next. They've never really created any real stability for themselves. If they ever
Mm.
had a place, it was like some one bedroom pillbox apartment with no real fucking furniture. They never keep the
No
cell.
frame, matches on the ground.
Yes,
Roommates.
roommates. They one day they got a car, the next day they come walking around the corner. What happened to your fucking car? Child, he was
Damn,
borrowing that car.
MJ.
I felt her though whenever she said to him, "Leave me the fuck
Home.
alone," because low key it was like,
Mm.
you know what, you right. I can't stand a nigga who has ruined his chance, and then once you ruin your chance, you begging and pleading like nonstop. That shit is so fucking annoying. Like, please leave me be. But in the same token, it's like, bitch, when you know better, you do better, and you still don't know better. You actually
Yeah.
doing worse. like,
Yeah,
like
she
I
need
could
to be with
feel you.
herself.
Yeah, sit with that. Go to Anwar. You got it. Whatever you make in a season. I'm sure you probably making more than 10,000. Take the 10,000 and pay Anwar.
Did y'all see that Alan's baby mama popped up on Instagram?
What?
No.
Comments?
What she look like?
I don't know exactly what she looked like, but it looked like she said she basically was laughing about the situation, like, I'm just gonna collect my check, something like that.
No, I
Ooh.
saw him going in on tip.
Mm-hmm. That was a part of it.
But oh damn.
But she was like, I'm praying for his wife, thinking that the girl wasn't gonna say nothing. And the girl clocked in, like, girl, I'm praying too, and I'm getting my check. And then Tip was like, I thought you had some type of morals or self-respect, but now that I see that you over there just happy to collect the check, Amara's check is still bigger than yours, and you still only getting a check because of Amara. I was like, wow.
Oh, wow. I see it now. Oh, my.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
So whoever she is, she thinks that he's doing all of this for to be on the show and to get money, even though he didn't want to have 2 babies with that fucking girl. But a lot of these hoes let the dudes on the reality shows tell them that the girls they on the show with is not really the old lady. Fabuloso does the same thing with Shay.
Also,
I can't
I'm
stand him.
screaming.
I can't stand him. And when she be screaming, I'm like, Shay, when are you gonna learn to stop giving him your energy like that? Whenever they
right.
come up to you like, oh, I want my family back, head down, slouched over. You're not really saying nothing, but you just want her to forgive you. And then when she bring up the shit that you've done to her, like calling a bitch and saying you was gonna come scoop the girl in her car with her baby. Another time she said you was telling another bitch to move down here. I was just like, but you gonna keep going back with him, even though he don't
Right.
have shit, and even though he keep dogging you out, talking about you was on me because you love me, you wanted to be with me. These niggas don't love y'all. I'm sorry. I know everybody done fell off of Prince Stella and all of that, but that was one thing that bitch said that I will never ever feel like was not the truth. Most of these niggas do not know what love is, and they just convince y'all that y'all are in love so that they can keep using you. But y'all
It's
are
the
not.
love from their mama that's unconditional. Only your mama gonna love you unconditionally.
Hello,
Child.
Scrappy. Hello.
Mm-mm.
Segue.
Oh no, that actually is a great segue. I feel like y'all tell me if it's just me, but Mama D didn't seem that bad this episode to me. Mama D didn't seem that bad. So let me tell you what happened, Jamie.
Okay.
The baby mama, what's her name? Shakira.
I
Yes.
The
think
baby
so.
mama, her and Scrap pop up on a show together. And Scrap goes into this big ass model home that he has no business being in. Actually, neither one of them probably had no business being in. And he act like, I'm trying to get my baby mom to move down here. She got to move down here, so I got to put her in something nice, blah, 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 blah. Actually, it was really good promo for the realtor. And I was like, damn, who can somebody call me just to show a house to somebody for a TV show that I know can't afford it just so I can get my name on TV? But okay.
Okay.
Anyway, they end up walking around the house and they keep talking about the fact that they have to do a DNA test on a baby. So they end up taking a baby by Mama D's house so Mama D can meet the baby. And when Mama D sees the baby, she like, oh my gosh, the baby look just like Scrap, like Daryl. So Shakira ends up talking to Mama D and she was like, well, I bought something for you. I bought you a muzzle to cover your mouth because when she said it, I was like, and Mama D was being so nice to the girl. Like Mama D was being so nice to the girl. She had said something real cute about the girl's titty still being swole from breastfeeding. She asked her how she was doing, and she was like, "Nah, I got you this muzzle so you could shut the fuck up about DNA testing my son, right?" Um, and they get into a whole argument, and Scrap is like, "No, you're not gonna disrespect my mama." And Shakira had her clown mask on because 2 things happened. Number one, Mama D not wrong. You and her son was in a threesome. You should question who the baby is. Ain't
Next.
I mean who the daddy is? Who the daddy is? I didn't think she did anything wrong, and she was being nice to you when she saw you. All she said was, "I don't want to get attached to the baby if the baby ain't my son's." She didn't say nothing wrong. Second thing is shit. I can't remember. Second thing. Okay, so that's it.
Wait,
Was
hold
it the
up.
disrespect of the mama?
First of all, Scrappy got up and walked out. But we also found out her mom died during her pregnancy.
Thank you.
That's
Yes,
what it was.
Oh,
thank you.
Because that was the reason why she was like, I don't have nobody and da da da. And I wish I could feel sorry for her. I wish I feel sorry
Say it,
that
Bondi.
her has, but I do not feel sorry for you, bitch. You had unprotected sex with that nigga because you was hoping to get pregnant by him because you wanted to feel special and get your ass on this reality show. You was
Thank
already
you.
on that secondary reality show with him.
yep.
This was your way of getting on the big reality show. But what you
Mhm.
thought was that if you kept rubbing feet and sucking dick, that he was gonna want to be with you. But no, he didn't even want you to know his address when y'all had the threesome. So
Come
you
on.
decided to have a baby for a nigga who you do not know, and then you thinking about moving from New York to Atlanta to be with him. Oh, another thing, she got a 16-year-old daughter.
Where the hell the baby? Where the daughter at?
Exactly. Where the fuck is the daughter?
One thing that I know though, so whenever Mama D, she went off on Mama D kept her cool. I feel like Mama D was being real nice. And then the girl just starts crying. She bawling. Mama D is holding her, hugging her like, girl, what's wrong, baby? What's wrong? And the girl ended up saying, I ain't got nobody. And I was like, this is the scheme that Ty has set up. Rest in peace to your mama. No, of course, I feel horrible when it comes to her having to lose a parent, but you're not going to tell me that you did all that to try to win over Mama D even more. You want Mama D to baby you. So now that when she finds out that the baby is actually his, I mean, she was already being nice from jump because you done gave her a grandchild, right? But now you want to be taken in by her. So I feel like her crying and saying that she lost her mama and she ain't got nobody was like, please take me in. It was the ultimate kiss ass for me.
And then for Scrappy to just walk out and leave her there with her, to me, that's exactly what Scrappy did every time Erica or Bambi got into it with Mama D. He would just walk off and disassociate, be avoidant, and just run and not really like. As a man, I feel like you're supposed to create structure. Scrappy creates no structure whatsoever in his relationships as it pertains to his mom and the women that he's with. Even though I feel like she gonna do whatever she want to do, but he doesn't create like an environment for there to be respect on all parts, because you knew that girl was mad about your mama bringing that DNA test to the podcast because apparently y'all had already talked about it. You should have been the one to make sure you got that baby DNA tested so your mama wouldn't have to keep talking about that shit. He don't be taking care of his business. And so his mama felt like I got to come in and do it for him. But that's the mistake that she makes, because that's the reason why he don't do what he's supposed to do, because he knows some woman is going to come and take care of the situation. But her thinking that Scrappy was gonna be able to pay for her to have a place to live, and then he said, "What you gonna do for me?" And I guess that meant rub feet. So she's sitting in these people's house after just having a baby for this nigga, rubbing his feet.
His dirty ass socks at that. Did you see the stain on the bottom of his socks?
I sure did.
Do y'all
Black
get
socks only?
when y'all see Scrappy, and I haven't seen them really together. I saw like a post, but when y'all, or maybe it was a video, but when y'all see them two together, do y'all think of Caesar and that realtor he was dating?
Caesar. When was Caesar
And a
dating
realtor, Black and Crew.
Yeah, remember he was dating that realtor? She kind of looked like
to
the
me,
Duchess.
Well, I'm gonna say I think
maybe not. Suzette, was that her name? Suzette.
Suzette.
Oh, that sounds familiar.
Yes, I remember. She does kind of look like her, but she also, to me, low-key looked like a mix between Erica and Ariane Curry, because she got that big, like wide gaping mouth type thing going on. You know what I'm talking about? Like her mouth sit kind of wide to me. It looked like, she could take a whole bunch of dick in her mouth. Like,
my.
I mean, you doing threesomes, bitch. You probably is out here guzzling dick and balls.
That's you talking about the baby mama? I thought you were talking about the
she didn't look like Suzette.
Okay,
Damn, she looked like
No.
Oh my
I was just saying, not that she looked like Suzette, but I was just saying like the similarities of the fact that I feel like Caesar was an ancient ass in IGGA, and then you got this realtor girl that got her stuff together that's dating this man, and
she was the one that put him on blast for the video of him beating the dogs.
Yeah, could meet his match with this new realtor girl, because she probably ain't gonna play them games. Because
you talking about the new girl who Scrap is with?
Yeah.
Okay. I thought you were talking about Shakira. I was like, wait.
She was on the show.
Okay, can we talk about how they all look like Erica?
Oh, not okay.
They look like Erica to me. To me, the baby mama looks like Erica with 2 less chromosomes or 2 extra chromosomes.
Yeah, I'm not extra.
The new girl looks like a Portia version of Erica.
Oh, you talking about the baby mama, the one with the chromosomes, whereas the other one looks like a Portia. Yeah, because the new girl's
pretty.
She's very pretty. Yeah.
But she still kind of looks like Erica a little bit to me, like the same type of like,
He likes the cheekbones and the brown skin. He loves cheekbones and brown skin. And the mouth. That's back with Bambi as well.
Stay away from him, Niecy.
She out. Listen, this girl out his league.
No, for real. Was I not describing the cheekbones and the brown skin? Period.
But stay away from
She
Scrappy.
is
Because if he,
gorgeous.
and then he like him a thick girl. So don't you go down to Atlanta nowhere near Daryl, okay? Because you are Daryl's type, girl.
Listen,
That's
she
a
is
shame.
out his league. I
That's a
can't.
damn shame.
The thing for me though is how Shakira was online arguing on behalf of Scrappy with Bam, and it's like, girl, you gonna be mad too with this nigga and his mama. And it wasn't but 5 minutes later, you sitting up there mad at Mama D and coming with a goddamn prop. I was just like, you just like Mama D. You look
Yeah.
like her and you just like her. He done met his fucking mama in that girl.
Child.
Oh, I bet you she bad as fuck. Oh, I bet you she was hot as fish grease when he posted that new girl.
Oh, I'm
telling
sure she
you.
was sick.
I'm
Listen.
telling you.
And
It's the
new
same
girl
week that
sick
she come
too?
on the show.
Oh, first of all, why was Erica there? What about the scene where Erica, Mama D, and Scrappy meet up to talk? And he talking about how he was so drunk during the labor and delivery. And Erica was just looking at her menu. Why are you here? Why are you here, girl? You know why? Because you still gonna fuck him when you want to. That's why. You want to be a friend because I feel like he embarrassed her. So she's never gonna come out and say that he embarrassed her by getting that girl pregnant, but she's just gonna stop fucking with him like that. But she's gonna stay in his life as a friend because she wants the dick ever so often. You can't tell me no different. Because that don't even make no sense. Daryl ain't nobody goddamn friend.
Must be nice. I'm saying the dick must be nice for her to do that. That's what I'm saying.
Definitely.
That's what I'm imagining. Real. And you know what? If you look at Scrappy, I feel like if he has any sizable piece of machinery down there, he probably can't do nothing but fuck. And like them type of niggas, they won't be all passionate and look at you in your eyes and all of that type of shit. And child, you know how a ghetto girl love a crazy nigga that just switches into being passionate with y'all behind closed doors.
Child.
Talk her through it. Talk her through it.
Yeah.
Now he lazy about everything but fucking. That's crazy.
Don't it seem like
Yeah, that's what it's giving. Because what else is he good at?
got
What else is he good at?
Okay. He don't have 5
7.
albums.
Don't he got 7? He got 7 kids.
5. He got 5.
Oh, so he must got a
Yeah.
sibling. Why Mama D said that's her 7th grandchild.
His sister probably.
His sister got a
Mama D has a daughter?
Yeah, she's Jasmine. I think that's her name.
She was on the show before.
Mhm. Especially when Mama D got back with Ernest. That was when she showed.
Oh, I remember that.
Wow.
Okay. Well,
Mama D be killing me. Mama D be killing me because she be so judgmental. And it's like, girl, you was raising them kids in a whorehouse.
Period.
Oh, we gonna let her live though. Love Mama D. Okay. I love you, Scar. Okay, the only biggest musical star on Love and Hip Hop Atlanta to me. Okay. Oh, when Jock said that he was gonna do their album now instead of Spice, I was like, thank you. That's what it should have been.
Oh, good job, Jock.
Yes, he said he gonna holler at Zaytoven. I was like, not Zaytoven. Yes, get on.
Zaytoven gonna be too ready for that. Hey, that's gonna be fire. And it's so disappointing for this show to have been around this long and they not have a collab something every few years.
Season. They should have done every season.
Every season.
Yeah.
Like it really
every season.
Y'all that long I need y'all by the end of the season to come up with a culmination of what happened in your storyline this season and put it on a track, and we're gonna bring y'all in the studio with Jock, and Jock gonna give y'all a good chorus and a good beat because that's what Jock is good for. Jock having hits with Mama D to me, he will always be valuable to me because of that. Okay, because I need y'all to understand how we really do be playing Mama D in here sometimes. Okay, and
which one? Which song?
In that order. In that order.
Oh yeah.
In that order. Not I deserve, bitch, but in that order. Look good, bitch. Smell good, bitch. What? Yes.
I'm hollering.
I'm excited about it. I really hope that they do
it.
Because I would want to hear it. I would want to, like, especially if y'all got some really good tracks, I would really be interested to hear everybody's shit. Or not everybody.
That would be great.
No. I wanted to talk about one other thing. So the last thing I wanted to talk about was, did you peep how the lady said that Carly acts completely different in this relationship, and then it's a Melania and Trump situation, and at this point in time, they don't even know an AI relationship, and at this point in time, they don't even know that she's getting abused. So it's interesting to
Wow.
see the dynamics of them being like, something's off. This is weird.
I mean, I told y'all what I thought about her recording him. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
that I thought that was because he was being violent with her, and that's why she was recording him. Because, girl, how much more evidence of him cheating on you do you need? Like, he gonna do what he gonna do. How much evidence you need?
Right. Mm.
But yeah, that shit is, I don't like that though. And that's what works on my nerves about Carly. You a straight up hoe. But you get with this man and now you want to come to all of the women talking about, I'm not drinking and you shouldn't be doing that. And I'm a wife. Girl, suck a dick.
You've been
Cut it
a
out.
wife more than once, girl. Calm down.
Has she, or she just been engaged?
No,
No, she married Mo.
and Mo was abusive
Oh,
too.
Yep.
We just didn't get to see that shit.
tragic.
It is. Oh,
And then Yandy and Rashida.
Oh, before we get to that, I just wanted to mention that Ashley was sitting up there talking shit to Carly, and I'm like, Ashley, you're Carly Jr. You're gonna be Carly in about 10 years, running behind Zane's goofy ass. When Zane threw that fucking jacket on and was walking, talking about you can get your bitch. I'm like, Ashley, I know you can't see it, but you really can do way better than Zane. Zane's a child, and
Yeah.
him convincing you to let him back in the house because y'all went on a group trip with Love and Hip Hop, like he did some shit.
Yeah. Paid for it.
That's
Right.
yeah.
You didn't pay for shit.
Girl. Bye. The job that you had to clock into your you had to submit PTO from your call center to show up for. Girl. I'm telling you, Ashley looked like she stayed with a headset on, stressing behind this man, trying to work overtime, nights,
Behind the
holidays, and
computer.
weekends.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh my God.
It's giving 8 to 4.
If she ain't got no headset, she definitely got a walkie-talkie
Okay.
for sure.
No, he dropping you off at your job at the call center and driving your Nissan
to
to the
go
studio.
and to go fuck some other girls because he, like, you could tell he the type of dude that's having sex with these women because you need to feel special, like when you was Zane and you was popping. So these women who might remember you from back in the day, oh, Lil Zane, I remember you. I used to love you. Oh yeah, how you like da da da, and now you fucking them so that you could feel good about yourself. Meanwhile, you got old girl over there. Not a Nissan. Now it's definitely giving Nissan Maxima life over there, bitch. Yes, it is. It's giving Nissan Maxima. Little bit.
Damn.
No, I give her. Hey, which one is the better one? Is it the Altima? No, the Sentra is the bottom.
She got a Sentra because she was
She
Zane.
got. I give her the top one. You know, I give her a souped up Nissan Altima.
I wouldn't.
Oh,
I wouldn't.
Damn.
That nigga got a do-rag. He got a do-rag.
no. And let me say this for all my call center people. No shade at all. But what I'm saying is, it's crazy. Just think about the juxtaposition of being on Love and Hip Hop while working at a call center at the same time. That's the point I'm trying to make. And ain't nothing wrong with a Nissan either. I'm just calling it out. Like, you on Love and Hip Hop with Zane, the famous dude, while working a regular job and driving a regular car. That's the point I'm trying to make.
It's not giving a rogue. Bitches with rogues are a little bit more stable than Ashley is giving. Rogue been at her job for a decade, bitch. Okay. Got 401k. She not letting Zane fuck up her 401k in a rogue. Okay.
Paid for. Okay. It's paid for. She just driving it because she got priorities.
Okay.
Mm.
But
okay.
He's a liability.
That's all for. Oh no, Rashida and Yandy. Rashida and Yandy. Okay, let me be honest with you. I didn't really think nothing of this scene, which is why I wasn't even gonna talk about it until I saw somebody in the comments. I didn't think anything of the scene besides Rashida. It seemed to me like Rashida was trying to get Yandy to be upset with Erica over some shit that was the truth. And then Yandy don't really want to be mad at Rashida. So they let it be. But the one thing that Rashida did say was, what the streets are saying about Mendices is probably true, and I don't want to be the one to tell you, which is why I stayed out of it, which makes perfect sense.
I forgot the video. There's a fucking video going around. Girl,
I ain't heard it.
The producer asked Kirk and Rashida about the video, and they both was like, "Oh, I plead the fifth." So there's a
that one.
There is a video of Mendices doing something somewhere, and they're talking about it behind the scenes, but we haven't seen it on camera. But Yandy sitting up there talking about Kirk made this up about Mendices. Everybody knows that he was never at Jasmine's club. Girl, when did we all know that? Yo, Yandy looks so like,
Foolish.
oh my God.
Foolish girl.
Mm-hmm. She
But I
really
forgot about
do.
that video shit. I want to see the video. What's on the video? Who's on the video?
I'm telling you, Yandy going overtime doing what she need to do to get rid of the evidence.
Is she really married? That's another question that they asking. Because y'all know they went to Dubai and had the ceremony, but it was like, but did y'all come back with paperwork? Because the first time you got married, you didn't send the paperwork off. And she went
Child.
and just made a name change and changed her last name to his last name so that they would be the Harrises. That, to me, that type of like desperation and delusion is so dangerous.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you wanted it so bad, you just went and changed your last name.
Daddy looks so
Y'all see
crazy.
Tamika Mallory said Yandy helped her bathe when she was physically and mentally unable. I love Yandy. Oh, that's good for you. That's
That's
good.
beautiful. What they got to do with her and her husband?
I don't know, but I feel like, people might do nice things for people, but that doesn't mean that they're trustworthy. Any woman that's willing to be this delusional behind a man, you can't really trust her that much. Because look how she created
No.
Look how she created this issue with Rashida because y'all doing the same thing, being mad at everybody, but y'all cheating ass men. Like
Right.
you and Rashida doing the same thing. Why are y'all arguing with each other?
But people should have known she was gonna go to bat for him because she did it when she was on Love and Hip Hop New York before they was married, I thought. Or maybe
She
they was
did.
engaged. Remember how the second baby mama was clocking certain tea about them still
Samantha?
being together and it being
Samantha, yeah.
overlap?
No, it wasn't
Mhm.
Samantha. Samantha's the first one. It's
Yeah,
the
that's the
other
first
one.
one. The second one, yeah.
Yes, they had
And
both
Oh.
of that.
Andy changed them locks on her when they had their home, and the girl went back, and I think she got them changed back or something like that because her name was attached to their home. But Yandy felt like because she had power of attorney, she
Erica.
could do what she want to do. That's her name, yeah, Erica.
So you was willing to kick that lady and her child out of a place that they was living in because you want to show some type of dominance and ownership over a nigga in jail?
I think
Mhm.
RRG did a story on her in Mendices. I think they said that it was some overlap or something like that.
was.
But I think they also said when Yandy met him, she had a boyfriend or something like that.
We
But
don't know what happened. All we know is Yandy popped out pregnant and was now with Mendices after she had been in everybody else's relationship but her own in the first, 2 seasons of Love and Hip Hop. She was in everybody else's shit, all in not Erica, Chrissy. All in Chrissy and Jim Jones tea. And then she pops up pregnant, and then we meet Mendices at a baby shower.
child,
Correctly.
I might have to go back and binge watch the season and see what's going on.
Pull up New York season 2, not season 1. We don't need them little bitty episodes of y'all getting into it with Samara or whatever the fuck her name was. I forgot. Y'all remember her?
Yeah,
Oh, the one who lost all that weight.
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah, I forgot about her. Real tall. Yeah. She
Mhm.
was shaped real funny. Used to wear them blazers and the belts all the time.
Yes, girl.
Mhm.
And I remember when she got with Lady Luck. That was funny. Okay. If you know anything about the female battle rap, Lady
Yeah.
Luck was one of the female battle rappers, and she was with her. I remember that shit. That was some good times. Some good reality TV show
It
time.
was some good reality TV. I think social media has truly shaped a lot of reality TV today. Hence the reason I think Housewives is having what they got going on with them. But it's crazy.
Well,
But yeah.
okay, so that's it for the Love and Hip Hops. I think I would like to. Oh, hold on. I didn't jacked up my notes. Let me make sure I add that back. What I think I want to do is hop over into some reality, real life, not like TV. I said reality, real life, real
Real
life.
life. Mhm.
I think I want to start talking about. Damn, I don't know if I want to talk about that heavy ass subject. Fuck it, let's get it out the way. All right, so y'all know what has gone on with Carmelo and Austin. Carmelo Anthony, and I can't remember Austin's last name.
Metcalf.
Um, Thank you so much. Austin Metcalf down here in the Dallas area in Frisco, a suburb of Dallas. By this point, if you ain't heard about what happened, I don't know where the fuck you been. But
Mm-hmm.
this happened, I think maybe 2 weeks ago. About
Yeah,
2 weeks
April 2nd.
ago.
Yeah.
Period. Come on, because I know you know all the facts. The boys was at a track meet, and Carmelo ended up underneath a tent. I'm gonna leave it at that. The boys get into it, and Carmelo has a knife at a track meet and allegedly stabs Austin in the heart. Austin dies at the track meet. Austin's twin brother is there, and all of a sudden, like I remember the day it happened, the news rush was just. I'm not gonna lie. My first logic was that's crazy as fuck. Who would bring a knife to a track meet? And when I heard that it had happened in Frisco, it's like to give y'all insight, Frisco is like a very nice area outside of Dallas. It has a lot of money. There's some areas that there's some areas where there are lower income people that go there, but when I say lower income, it's all relative. It's not really lower income. You know what I mean? It's just in comparison to going to school with rich kids, right?
Gotcha. Yeah.
So in my mind, I was thinking that this was one of the high schools that, majority of the lower income people went. Like this was my mind was like immediately this is some black on black people shit. Then I heard about this, so my mind was like, hold on. It's a black boy and a white and a white boy. My mind was further blown. Like, hold on, the black boy had the knife in the heart. What the fuck, right? But then the next step that my mind went to was, hold on, why is his family coming to the media and sharing so much information? That was my third thought.
Carmelo?
Austin's family.
Austin. Mm-hmm.
Literally, I tell you, I kid you not. The day that Austin died, his dad and his twin brother who was at the track meet, were giving interviews to the media, but not just interviews like, oh, I really hate that this happened. I'm still shook. I don't really have much to say. When they were giving interviews, it was almost like they were giving statements. To me, I was like, hold on, like, ain't this an open case? Like, why are you recounting? The twin brother ended up recounting what happened to the news station. He said, this happened, he was under the tent. My brother told him to leave. My brother threw his backpack. I remember him saying that his brother threw the backpack. And then he looked up and then Austin was bleeding. And he was like, that's all I'm going to say. Then the dad came on and spoke. All I'm saying was that it was weird that they were speaking to the news stations to this extent. So I was just like, okay, fuck it. That's crazy as fuck that this boy brought a knife to the track meet. Why the fuck would you do that? You done fucked your life up. You done for. What else can I do, right? Mm-hmm. Now, some more scandalous stuff that popped up was Austin's mom and dad are not together. Austin's twin brother ended up doing interviews and was like, my brother was a good man. He did everything for our family. And I thought that was weird because I'm like, well, don't you got a daddy? But he has a dad, but the mom and dad aren't together. So Austin's dad created a GoFundMe account, and his goal was like $160,000, and I think he ended up getting like well over 300,000 like in a day, the same day he died. And then Austin's mother set up a GoFundMe. Not only did Austin's mother set up a GoFundMe, Austin's auntie set up a fucking GoFundMe.
I can't.
He had 3 GoFundMes that probably raised millions of dollars because this has turned into a racial MAGA issue, right? So now let's fast forward. Or let me back up. Carmelo was sent to Collin County Jail or prison, whatever, Collin County Jail on $1 million bond. $1 million. $1 million? It didn't even make no sense. So just 2 or 3 days ago, they finally lowered the bond to $250,000. For a long time, Carmelo's family couldn't set up a GoFundMe. They actually had to set up something else because it went against the GoFundMe's page of ethics or whatever. They couldn't raise money for somebody who's going to be convicted or something like this. So they ended up getting another thing on a different website. Carmelo's family got money. They lowered the bond, and Carmelo actually got released, I believe, yesterday. So now that he's released, there's this new rumor going around that Carmelo's family bought a house and bought an Escalade with the money. Now, I'm going to tell y'all 2 things. I don't think neither one of them is true. There are people who are saying that the Escalade is not true, but I will tell y'all this: the family is probably renting a home because they can't live where they were living before. So if that's what they did with the money, then that's part of the process to protect themselves, right?
Yeah.
For safety, right? So I wanted to play. This is what I'm gonna switch over to. Carmelo's family spoke out. Um, Let me find a post of Carmelo's mom. She spoke out today, and this is the first statement that we actually get from his parents. I'm gonna share it.
The public donation. Let me be clear. The claims, that were used about the public donation to buy a home or anything else are completely false. We have not received a single dime from the Give, Send, Go fundraiser. And the co-founder has stated that clearly. In the reality, we were just
Oh, like Kiana.
yesterday that we could begin to withdraw funds. And it still takes several days to receive those funds once a request is made. I don't know why we are being targeted and discriminated against before a fair trial. Our son deserves the same rights under the law that everyone is afforded to.
Okay. So, yes. I'll say this much. That's fucked up that that boy didn't lost his life. But I also say that clearly there's something that's mentally not in the right place for Carmelo to react the way that he did. And I do think that he deserves an opportunity, number one, for a fair trial, and number two, to get whatever help he needs to get him in the right headspace. That's where I stand.
Um, It's so I'm just ready for more details to come out because I will say some of the behavior from the Metcalfs have been a bit sketchy to me because you know that GoFundMe kept being raised. It was at 100 and something. He raised it to 200. Whenever he would meet his goal, he would raise it. So why? And then here's another thing which was interesting when I read the GoFundMe, how the dad worded the GoFundMe for me. He did say that that's his son, but he also read it as like how I read it was like as if his son was a distant from him. Like how you would word things when this is your child, like it just didn't sound right. Like help us raise money in honor of Austin. It was like the title of it and some of the details, as well as the brother. And I was like, well, maybe the brother, you know, he just lost his twin, maybe he's still grieving or whatever. But he also was talking about him like he wasn't a brother, like he was a good guy. He was a, like, you know, how he used to do things. Like it
He
just
did
didn't seem
everything for our
personable.
family.
Yeah, but it didn't seem personable at the same time. It was some stuff that was off. But you know, one of the things that I have heard, and I don't know what's true. That's why I want to know more details. People are saying that it was a cleat sharpener. It wasn't a knife. So I don't know.
Oh,
And if that
okay.
is the case, that could potentially change some stuff. I don't know. But then the brother says that his he said Austin grabbed the boy's book bag. So I'm like, well, you're leaving out details. And first of all, for y'all to run to the media the way that y'all did, and I was so glad that Carmelo's family said nothing. Just watch how this goes, because what's going to happen, people are going to start picking this family story apart. Because all of y'all
Mhm.
said y'all wanted forgiveness, but at the hearing, at the conference they were supposed to have today, the dad showed up. I don't know why Austin's dad showed up. I don't know if he came there on some intimidation or what, but
Yeah.
what the boy said, Austin's brother said that Austin grabbed the book bag, but then he turned around and said that the boy grabbed a knife out the book bag. So which one is it? So at
Hmm.
what point, if everything happened so fast, when did he grab the book bag in comparison to the time that Austin had time to grab the knife? In addition, they're saying everything happened under the tent, but then the tarp was covering something, which I would believe is the body of the young man in the stands. So what? That's a lot of space. So what all transpired? Was he getting jumped like a lot of people were saying, and it went from the tent and went all the way up into the stands? And then that's where, it's just so much detail that is missing, to where a lot of the targeting that this family is getting, they shouldn't get yet, or at
Yeah.
all, because we don't
If.
know what has truly taken place. And I also feel like the witnesses that have come forward and heard Carmelo say, touch me and see what happens. I feel like a lot of the news outlets, and I haven't seen the full detailed paperwork to know for sure, but I feel like they're only quoting a portion, because that's what a lot of news networks are going to push a certain narrative as well, to get the people outraged, for them know they be looking for clicks and views too, like everybody else. So it's like, what else did they say though? Because you guys are highly quoting the whole touch me and see what happens. And somebody, yeah, it is crazy that there isn't a video, and it was raining that day. So who all was really outside to see it? I don't know. Was there a video? Is there any video from the school? So I think, we just gonna have to wait and see how it plays out. But it's gonna be sick if that boy come to find out that he was officially defending himself. They're gonna be
Mm.
sick about it. But the family automatically came to the front and said, y'all forgive him. So based on that, I know I was listening to this attorney saying they're going to take into account that, how great he was as a student, like 4.0, never been in trouble before. And based on the crime or whatever, they're going to give that information to the parents. They're not going to rely on Austin's parents for, what they're going to charge him with, but they're going to take what they say into consideration. So if that's the case, I really don't want to hear no strong charge when y'all first came out here talking about how y'all all forgive him. Like, yeah, we gonna see though. We gonna see how it plays out. So it's so much that's been going on though. It's so much to the story,
It's layered as fuck.
and they haven't, I heard that they haven't even touched that money yet, but we just heard the mom say that too. But I also heard that money wasn't touched, but it seems like Austin's family was already well off. Like, he comes from a good family, like a good financially sound family. But I think his address was exposed, and so now they had to relocate or something like that.
The only reason why I say does he is because the mom and dad wasn't together. So I don't know what his financial situation was.
We shall see.
Mm-hmm.
I've been seeing a story, but I like to stay away from shit that I don't know how to feel about yet. Like, I don't want to talk about it until I know how I actually feel about the situation, but I've been seeing it.
Yeah.
Because I was like, why they Carmelo Anthony? What? Not the real Carmelo, huh? And it was like, no, not the basketball player Carmelo Anthony, is the kid. And I read it, and I didn't even know that the boy was white. Because when I read the story, it said that, another kid, but it didn't show picture of Austin. So I didn't even know the other kid was white when I first read the story. But what I will say is, I don't want to speak either way on the situation, because of course, as a Black person in Texas and everything that's going on, I am leaning more to thinking that y'all were being racist and against the Black boy, and the Black boy had to let y'all know he wasn't the one. However, especially if it's you and your twin brother, and you know what I mean, like it might have been a gang up situation, and I'm gonna defend myself. So I don't know just yet. It's unfortunate, but I also feel like I've seen plenty of white boys think that they can just talk to Black kids any old type of way because of the shit online. Trump and MAGA and all of that shit emboldens them young, red pill, weird ass kids to think they can just handle and talk to people any kind of way. So yeah, no, I don't know what to think as of yet, but I can see it being a situation. Because like, why would he be saying touch me and find out unless y'all already threatening him? Why was your brother picking up his book bag? Why are y'all trying to hurry up and make statements before we know what the fuck going on?
Exactly.
Yeah, that part was weird to me. That part was weird to me.
I have a question, DC. I'm wondering if you may have heard this or not, because, some of the rumors that were out there was the fact that, how Austin's brother kept saying that he didn't know. He made sure to lead with he didn't know this kid. at
Yes.
all. He just
Yes.
came over there. But people are saying that they did know each other and they had a prior history before this particular event. Because my thing is that makes sense, because if you don't know a person and you're under a tent and they're sitting there talking to other people, why would you approach them on some what you up under our tent for? Did it get from up under our tent like that? I don't think that's typical, especially if he's already under the tent because he's visiting friends. Something about that didn't seem right. So now I'm questioning. And see, this is where they messed up, because y'all did multiple interviews. So now y'all give his attorneys the opportunity to sit down and comb through everything y'all said and go and find all of those witnesses to see what matches up and what doesn't.
Cooperate.
And
That's
that's
Find the
why
holes.
I loved it. So I said, please
Listen,
don't say nothing. Carmelo family, don't say
I need a
nothing.
Max documentary expeditiously. I'ma just go
Yeah.
ahead. I
Yes.
need somebody to put this in Max. You know what I'm saying? I need a breakdown. Let us know who
I'm always wanting to hear the local shit ASAP. Like, I think the shit is so crazy just because it's so close. But y'all remember I told y'all how I also went to high school with the boy who white girlfriend killed him. And they ain't,
Mm-mm.
and nothing has come of that. Nothing has come of that yet. She's still in, like, I
She
need to
tried to
know
get
what's
out,
going on.
And I want to
but
say
they
this
told her
about the
no.
knife. I want to say this. Okay, so what we're talking about here, when y'all like knife or a sharpener, is semantics. From what it looks like to me, when you have a pocket knife, when you unfold and it got, all of the little different tongs that come out of it, whether it's for you to clean a nail or unscrew something or sharpen something. But what I looked up, my daddy used to have them little pocket fold out, things all of
Mhm.
the time. So that's what it looks like. It looks like a pocket knife. And if you ran up
Mm.
on him, while he had that shit in his hand and it
You
went straight
stabbed
to you,
yourself.
because
But the
for some
thing,
reason, that's
the other thing is also it could change the degree that he's actually charged with, because everybody's thinking that this is premeditated. Like, why would you bring a knife to the track meet?
yeah,
So if it goes from a knife to a cleat sharpener, that completely changes the intent. It wasn't premeditated if he had a cleat sharpener at a track meet.
right. A Swiss Army
So
knife or something, a utility. Yes, I'm thinking it was something like that. Not something that was meant to be an actual weapon, but something that could have been used, as a weapon. But yeah, we'll see.
yeah, let's just
Yeah.
all I'm gonna say is just let's see. Yes, it's fucked up to go stab somebody in the heart, but
But he
I want
looked
to see.
racist.
He
He looked
looked what?
Austin looked racist, okay?
Oh,
He looked like one of them mean little white kids that got a little bang and all of that shit. Yeah, you look racist.
Oh, may he rest in peace, Lord.
Yeah,
yeah, may he rest. I think they just had his
Oh
memorial
Lord.
too. I do hate that though, because I don't think that when you have disagreements, especially as kids, it shouldn't go that far. It shouldn't go
No.
that far to somebody being stabbed, but it shouldn't go that far also for you to feel that you own this property in which a person sits under,
Put that
and
picture back
that
up.
comes with a lot of entitlement that you don't necessarily have, in my opinion. So everybody not gonna play with you.
Nisi,
Um,
can you put that picture back up? I want to see it again,
Mhm.
please.
Gotta be
Yeah.
careful with that stuff. It's really, really sad. And
Yeah.
something else, let me say this as I'm thinking, and I could be wrong. The way the brother talked
White
about
boy
how
bully.
Austin, because his brother said it and the mama said it, pretty much how he likes to, I guess, take care of things, right? And
Mhm.
be there for his brother. So it's seeming that, did you get that shit started? And Austin needed to step up and defend you or be the big brother or something like that. And then it
This-
resulted in your brother getting clout, which is why you told that lady, I don't want to, and I don't want to say nothing else.
I'm sorry, y'all. This haircut, the way he is staring into the camera like that, like straight on, like this is like cell phone picture versus Carmelo over here that looks like it's a class picture. And I'm just looking at it. I'm looking at jaw. I'm looking at how thick this nigga neck is. I'm looking at this hair swoop shit right here at Texas. It is absolutely giving you probably might have, it's a possibility, strong possibility that you rolled up on somebody on some, racist shit. And everybody want to prove that we not our ancestors to some extent.
Yeah. Another thing that's interesting too is everybody was so ready to pull these photos up of Carmelo holding a gun, and the people dug up and found photos of Austin and his brother holding guns. Yikey dikey.
Mhm,
But what's
mhm.
interesting is that what they've also pulled up is the fact that Austin's dad, allegedly, I mean, I did see a mugshot in details, has been charged with SA in the past.
Yes.
So
Mhm.
y'all over there digging up in people's stuff, and then more stuff is gonna come out about y'all.
And
So,
that's
and
what's
it, it's so funny when I see posts where people are like black privilege. I feel like Earth the Kid.
you better think
All
about
I
that
can
one
do
again.
is laugh.
Think about that one again.
Like, are y'all okay?
Black privilege where?
And I will say this too: the fact that the judge lowered that bond from $1 million
She's
to
a
two
black
hundred and fifty
female
thousand
judge.
dollars,
It's
yes,
more to
black
find
female
out.
judge. That right there says to me, I question that. I don't know what they're going to charge him with, but if people thought it was going to be like high on the list, I said I wouldn't be surprised if that drops too. Whatever
Mhm.
high charge, I wouldn't be surprised if it's dropped. And girl, it's just interesting.
It's more to find out for
Find out.
sure. If they lowered it like that, it's definitely more to find out. But y'all, all I know is if they end up, lowering his charge by a ton, I'd be interested to see what the DFW is like on that day. I might, girl, I'd be interested to see what it's like that day.
We living in interesting
Yeah,
times.
I was Crystal's comment is really good about Carmelo being a black kid in a white school district. Because when I looked at his mom, the way his mom was, I'm
Mhm.
like, yeah, I don't know why, but I'm feeling like based on the way the mom is, the way
Mhm,
she
mhm.
looks, I don't know why, but it felt like, yeah, you're not raising a son you're not talking to about these things.
Right.
Like just the
No, I have 2 degrees of separation from him, actually. And
Mhm.
the people I know my people, all very middle class, 2 parent household black people. So when I found out I had 2 degrees of separation from him, I was like, oh wow, my perception completely changed. Um, so yeah, I agree with the comment from Crystal. A black boy in a white school district ain't no different than over here in Plano. Oh Lord. Um, but y'all, this actually would be a great segue. Speaking of doing too much, or did the action deserve the reaction?
Mm.
Y'all know what we gonna get into based on that, right?
Yeah.
Real Housewives of Atlanta. Did the action deserve the reaction?
Yes and no.
Yes and no. Come on, Jamie.
Um, I feel like when it comes to Bristol, she, threatened Kenya in my personal, with a pistol, saying that you have one is a threat because you intend on using it. And you kept yelling at the lady, telling her to learn some respect. So you were saying stuff. So in response to Bristol, I felt like, yeah, that's what they do on shows. They expose. Let's expose. Who is this insurance fraud ass? Yes. Your fillers in your face, whatever. I feel like that wasn't much of a read when everybody on the cast has had some work done. So I was here for that. So that's where the yes comes in, right? You want to feel like I got an issue with you? Yeah, bitch, I'm gonna have an issue with you now. For you, I'll be that bitch. In addition to that, I'm gonna make sure everybody else know exactly who you are, since we don't know who you are. I don't know who I'm messing with. However, the portion where like exposing her, I have been having mixed feelings because one, it was done at Kenya's venue. So I feel like, you shouldn't have did that. Like at your venue, like, come on, it's supposed to be about you. It was a bit distasteful, but when I see Miss Edie in the next episode leaning more so on in the victim area, like, oh, she tried to ruin my reputation and this and that. And I'm like, no, she didn't. That stuff was already out there, which is why you felt like it was gonna ruin your reputation anyway, which is why you got it scrubbed. And they didn't
Mhm.
scrub good enough because it's still out there. So I'm a little mixed on it. I feel like it was messed up, but then I don't know. Cause I mean, how long we gonna sit in the victim mode?
I say this. I wish that Kenya would have done the same thing at a dinner with just the
Yes.
ladies. If she would have done the same thing at a dinner with just the ladies, it would have been like, damn, that's crazy. But the fact that you did it at your grand opening with the news people there, 20 to 30 people there that clearly looked uncomfortable, like they wasn't prepared to see nobody giving head on a poster board. I was texting one of my friends and I was like, I said, girl, can you imagine like somebody went into Brooklyn's craft box and pulled out her Elmer's glue and cut and pasted a picture of her sucking dick on that poster board? Like, what? Who did you assign this to, Kenya? That part is just so wild to me. The other part that's hella wild to me is that she said, been that bitch, still that bitch, will forever be that bitch. And I saw a thread and somebody said, does Kenya suffer from a mental illness? And it's not even the no, for real. It's not even the fact that she exposed this girl on a poster board that makes me question if she has a mental illness. It's the fact that she quoted Meg Thee Stallion before she exposed her with all seriousness. That makes me wonder if Kenya actually does have a mental illness. It was too much, but she definitely should have done it at a dinner. Now, as far as Brittany acting like a victim, I'm with you, Jamie. Part of me can feel bad for Brit because I'm like, I understand that to some extent you probably are embarrassed and you are ashamed. Like, I understand that. And you do feel like you apologize. But the thing is, like, you can't really threaten nobody with no gun and then be sitting up there boohoo crying, bitch. Like, that's crazy. And then to bring your mama on the show so that way we have to be like, oh, she is a wife. Oh, she is someone's daughter. What? Kenya is somebody's mother and somebody's daughter, granddaughter as well. When you decided to say, I wish I had a pistol. So
And
I'm not.
I just want to highlight that that was your mama when you was over there posing in the men's magazines and doing all of that stuff when you were a teenager. I just want to make sure
Hello.
that you're aware.
Did
Hello.
you
You
see
were
her
doing
mama roll her
webcams,
eyes?
that was still your mama.
Did you see her mama rolling her eyes
Yes.
though?
Yes.
Her,
I'm like,
her
this
own
look like
mama
a
don't fuck with
mama.
her.
The husband and the mama both look like.
Neither one of
All right, girl.
neither one of them felt bad for her at all.
She talked too much shit to
Yeah,
me.
tell me what you think about that part. Then we're gonna get into her and Angela.
Okay, so for me, as I was watching this episode, even though I felt like Kenya did do too much because Kenya, you harmed yourself. And I feel like whenever you want to
Yes.
hurt somebody else, the limit is if how much is going to hurt me to hurt you.
Mm-hmm.
That's the limit. And I also
Mhm.
feel like, as I've talked about before, I feel like it was kind of out of a desperation. I think Kenya thought that they might not show her grand opening,
Mm-hmm.
and, because they didn't last time. Also, on top of that, I feel like the girl tried her so heavily. It was like, okay, y'all want me to be the old Kenya so bad? I'm going to show you the old Kenya. But it wasn't being done with the same confidence that she normally has because she really is not on that wave no more. And you could tell. That's why when she was doing it, you could tell she had to keep bolstering herself to keep going, even though we all just kind of wanted her to stop after the first one.
Yes.
After the first
Please.
one, you didn't have to put nothing else up there, Kenya, but you wanted to drive it home so hard. And that comes from Kenya's, broken place that she reverts to every now and again. I'm not one of them people that's about to act like Kenya hasn't been on bullshit in previous years. And I won't just bring up, Kim Fields. That was one of the moments, but it's been a lot of moments that Kenya has
Yeah, I
gone
couldn't stand her ass.
above and beyond to chop somebody off at the knees for the smallest of things. Y'all can say what y'all want, the cookie lady shit, bitch, over a wig.
Oh, that was crazy.
You brought my nigga side chick to filming over a wig. We ain't seen Tanya ever since. Okay.
Okay, got the hell out.
Kenya would go a little bit too far as I'm concerned. However, Britt Edie is batshit crazy.
Mm-hmm.
The way she went around trying to convince everybody that Kenya was fucking with her from the beginning, bitch, you crazy. The way
That part.
now all of a sudden, oh, I didn't have a gun. I didn't have a pistol. I wouldn't hurt. Girl, you a fucking lie. As soon as they started talking about the shit that
The husband stuff.
yeah, I would have slapped the shit out of her then. Bitch, you're violent. You're somebody that's still in that age in your life where
sure.
you think somebody's supposed to be fucking scared of you. Like we all don't have. This is South. This is South, bitch. Everybody got a pew pew. Ken, you got a pew pew too. What's your fucking point? You were trying to. You don't know me, bitch, because you don't know, because you gonna learn today. You was running that
You
shit.
gonna learn today.
You gonna learn today. She was running that
It was
shit way
her.
too hard.
It was her saying to her mama, "All my life I had to fight." It was her trying to
Girl,
say
you
like,
always hated me.
"I've been so pretty my entire life," which is why I went and got surgery done to my face.
Oh,
Clearly,
She
damn.
did not need to do. She did not
I've
need.
been
Her
I've
mama
been
an
pretty.
enabler.
No, I don't think her. I think her. Honestly, the vibe that it gave was that Brittany is the better looking sister. The
Mm.
other two sisters look like the mama. And the vibe that is given is they don't like her. I don't think any of them really like her. It gave a vibe to me like her own mama didn't even like her, but not. I feel like the reason, and I might be reaching, but you can tell that it annoys her mom that she probably is the type of sister that act like she better than everybody else. So even when she was crying in that moment of all my life I had to fight, her mama was still just like, "Girl, like shut up. Like we know you. We know that you're the so society, what do you say, the better looking sister by society standards. We know that, but what's next?" So I don't know, I didn't think they liked her.
I mean, hell, I'm wondering if she was daddy's favorite, to be honest with you.
Oh,
I think she was.
Um,
that probably
That's
makes
why she
sense.
was running the company. But she looked like the father in my opinion, because when I saw the mama on the couch, the mama looked like the two sisters.
And I'm trying to understand what's her relationship with this husband, because that shit is weird as fuck too.
mm.
Guzman.
Mm,
Yeah, I don't know.
it's
So
weird.
what y'all think about Angela at the
I
end?
like Angela.
I like her too. I wasn't too sure about her, but she's coming around. She's the right kind of messy
Mhm.
that we need so far. So far, and you know what's crazy is we're only 6 episodes in, but it seems like so much has happened for some reason. So we still
Yeah.
have a while to go to still get to know these ladies. But so far, I'm liking Angela. And only thing I did not like was how she flipped and she flopped a little bit, or did she
Yes.
flop and she flipped? Because when she flipped to the Kenya side, she
On your
really
side.
meant what she said, and she was on Britt's tail, but that's Britt's fault because why would you tell Shamia you lost your job? And then coming to find out, people saying the girl ain't been licensed in since 2022.
Yikes.
But they were filming in
What? I didn't
2024.
know
So how you
that.
gonna get how your license gonna be lost, or you gonna lose your license, or it's suspended, or well, really, how are you gonna be investigated on a license that you no longer have? Basically,
I mean, I clocked it from her daddy's story. Everybody was trying to explain it away because we didn't really know. But I remember clocking when she was talking about how her dad, the reason why I went into insurance because my dad died and he was in between. Girl, that don't make no fucking sense. I don't know no grown ass man that had a good job and had an insurance policy and then he died and all of a sudden girl, what? That doesn't make any sense. So that shit,
Why would you have a $2 million? People know that when you have a job, you need an insurance policy outside of your job as well,
yes.
even if that was true. Yeah, I was just like, what? What you talking about?
And then you acting like your daddy was really in your life, but you was popping pussy on the the videos and shit. You was doing webcam and all of that. And that's another thing.
Ooh.
I'm at a point in my life, and this is just my opinion, y'all. I feel like if you ever had to do any type of sex work, I need you to stand on it. I need you to stand on it.
Okay.
Don't go ahead, JP.
No, I'm like, thank you so much. Cause that's what I'm saying. Like, I wasn't trying to like not feel bad. Cause I feel like as a woman, I should feel like bad, like that you were exposed. I'm sorry, your feelings are hurt, but you already knew this was out. So the most that you can do is stand in your shit. Thank you for saying that.
Yes,
I agree 1000%.
girl, because I also feel like this world is already set up against a lot of us, okay? And
Mhm.
the only thing women have that's like a leg up a lot of times is your coochie, your sex appeal. It's basically you walking around with a way to make money no matter what. Niggas don't have that. So they be mad about it. They always want women to feel bad about sex work. It's not for everybody. But if you was a webcam girl at some point and then you stopped doing it and you got a insurance business, I would be like, oh yeah, I did what I did it. I look good as fuck when I was doing it. I did it for the time that I needed to do it, and then I moved on from there. Don't feel like, don't be sitting up
That's
here
how
after you
Nene
done
did
been
when they.
letting people swipe the card between your ass cheeks in the music video and talking about I was that girl, and now you up here talking about, oh my god, it's so bad.
Yeah.
Child,
I
the
was in
Gemini in
high
me is
school.
like, I mean, I suck dick. I don't know what y'all want me to do. You knew I suck dick. I'm grown. Like, you knew
Right.
I was out here sucking dick. Come on now.
You
It
know, I
bothered me.
Nisa,
question,
you muted.
I question her being an escort. Because she said that she's not, right? And I'm not putting that on her if she isn't. However, the way
But yeah,
that she has
I
handled
don't think we as
situations,
grown women should feel bad about sucking dick. And I also feel like, people, we watch people fuck all the time. We watch people fuck on Twitter all the time. I don't know none of them people.
Am I still muted?
very true.
Can't hear you.
No, you're not muted.
Damn. Oh, I'm not? Okay. I didn't think so.
Maybe it's me.
That's a trip.
It might be. Can you hear us now, Bondi?
Testing 1, 2.
Can you hear us?
Mm-mm.
I don't think she
No,
I
can.
I
can't
don't
hear
think so.
nobody right now.
Oh,
She
dang.
couldn't
Yeah,
hear
her
you.
sound went out. But
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know how much I should really trust her because of how she tells stories. You know what I'm saying? I feel like she may not keep it a book about if that is something she was a part of, if it wasn't something that can be proven. Does that make sense? Because she was gonna carry that lie with the loss. I lost my insurance license until somebody clocked her.
She also started the lie saying that Kenya had posted pictures of her giving head when she was a kid.
Yes.
That's what
You're,
Portia
you're
said.
using. Well, that's because Brittany was the one saying it. She was talking to her husband and said the word kid, and then in her confessional said, "Yes, I did cam work and I did this in my 20s." That's semantics. You weren't
Mhm.
underage. So the story that a lot of people was initially saying when it came out was that Kenya could have potentially been charged with child, you
Yes.
know,
Mhm.
because that she shared pictures of her when she was a kid. So just the lengths that Britt was willing to go to make this fit a certain narrative,
Yes.
to me, I couldn't feel bad. Yes, she kept saying the word teenager. Bitch, you was
Yes.
grown. You was 20. You was
Right.
But
grown.
see, that's the thing though. You're able to do those things or to do what you do at 18, 19. That's why my question was, were you 18, 19? Or are you continuing to put emphasis on teenager to make it sound worse than what it is? And I just can't feel I want to feel bad for you, but I'm not there.
I want to. I just can't.
I can't. I mean, she was
I
grown in
do
the
a little bit.
confessional.
I do. Cause it's like that shit is embarrassing.
It
But
is for any
I
woman.
do.
Like, I don't like slut shaming people. So I do feel like it's embarrassing, but I also feel like, bitch, you was talking real hard on the phone, nephew. Like, she was just talking way too fucking tough.
Hard. Hard. You gonna learn today. Oh, am I? Am I?
Word,
Okay.
bitch. Word. Got you.
I
You
just
showed
think
up
that she should have
surprised.
just I
Somebody
did
Mhm.
spent
it.
And
$250
I
on some
like that
flowers.
Angela was holding her to task, asking the questions we wanted to know, which is, wait, how did you lose your license? Angela didn't say nothing wrong. And to be honest, y'all, I think that this is one of the best Atlanta seasons we've seen in a long time. I like Kelly. I like Angela and her nose.
Yeah.
Did y'all see the post where maybe y'all didn't see it. How old y'all think Angela is? Let me ask y'all this.
Probably like 50 something.
I can see her in her mid to late 40s.
She's 43 to be exact.
I was
Bitch, you
screaming.
lying.
I didn't know if she was telling the truth or if she was mocking Nene. Okay, because
Bitch, you
Nene and
That's what I
Flavor
was
had
trying
that
to
lying.
figure out.
conversation. I'm 40. Well, she's older than me because she went to high school with my oldest brother.
Well,
No, I'm 43
my older brother,
to be
oldest
exact.
brother.
Oh, well, we
Yes.
don't have to get into what we can.
You
43.
know, honestly, I was gonna give her
Jamie, how
like
old are we?
55.
Listen, Jamie, how old are we, bitch? Because I could have sworn we were still like we in this latter part of the 30s right
Yes,
now.
we are.
And
Maybe she was
43
joking.
is like right there after the latter part of the 30s.
Oh,
See, I almost said 60. Shit, I almost said 60.
No. I thought
she
she
could
was
have
But
been joking because she said, I'm not 60. I don't know. I'm
she
gonna
said
look
she
this
was
up.
younger than
I'm your
Portia.
age.
She said she was younger than Portia.
That's insane.
Or maybe that was social media that said that. Let me not put words in her mouth.
All right, I'm good now. I needed to do
I'm
another.
43 to be exact.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
Well, ain't no telling.
I'm
Okay,
surprised. Oh my God, I feel so bad. Why do you look? Never mind. Why do you look so
what?
mature? Why do you look so mature, Angela? You look like a good
Mm-hmm.
55. And
um,
it's not like she not beautiful or something. I'm gonna tell you what it is. Probably that old ass nigga.
Charles
Nothing
is
will
61.
Yes, nothing will age you like an old ornery ass man. Listen, okay? Nothing will make you look older than a nigga 10 to 11 years older than you.
I don't believe
Hmm.
her.
Well, yeah, we don't. I have no idea. She gagged the internet
Oh,
with that one.
and let me tell you another thing that happened in that scene that worked on my nerves. When Britt said, read the motherfucking room, this is
Oh
my
my god,
day, and all of that, I said, she's delusional. Get her the fuck out of here. Get her out of here.
dangerous, dangerous.
Okay, Angie
She's
said
dangerous.
it's always been about you.
Right. It's been
Hey,
about
where
you from the
Angela
beginning.
Oakley from?
Yeah, no,
Wait.
Angela's beautiful. We wish she wouldn't have did whatever all of the girls with the nose jobs, we wish y'all wouldn't have done it. Like, we don't know why y'all did it. We don't feel like it was necessary. Like, even Brit, her previous nose looked like it matched her face. I don't know why
Hmm.
you would go and do that. And now you have well, first of all, both of y'all look like y'all have collapsed septums or whatever the fuck. Like, whatever's. And then, child, I want them to get Brit off the show because I'm tired of hearing her talk. Like, I don't like hearing her talk.
I
She
think
said,
Brit is
look,
actually dangerous.
oh
But
yeah.
did y'all see that Andy, when he talked to her on Watch What Happens Live, he definitely caped for her, and he said that it was determined that she didn't break any part of the policy. I guess he wanted us to know that they did their research down um, to the HR team. But to me, I'm like, what is the fucking policy then? What's the policy? Because she should have been off
Right.
the show talking about a fucking gun. That's
That's
crazy.
crazy.
Yeah. But okay, so let's swing on over to this interview with Nene and Tasha on the Nene Leak show while we on this, Real Housewives of Atlanta thing.
Child.
So I listened to the full interview today. I had it on two. So I feel like I got most of it. Um, Let me just give y'all my high level thoughts of what happened. Number one, Latasha said that she was vegan. I think she's a fucking liar. But
Mhm.
some, who knows? Maybe she do. Maybe she is vegan because I actually went to. And I'm not trying to, body shame her, but the thing is, like, if you vegan, you gonna be dairy free, and as soon as most people cut out dairy and all that shit, your face gets slim. Like Latasha has lost some weight, but you're not telling me your face is that round and you vegan. Unless, because I went to college with this one girl that went vegan, but she was eating all that soy product shit, and she actually ended up gaining a lot of weight when she went vegan. So it's not just about being vegan. It's like, are you eating your fruits and vegetables? But let me not tell this lady what to do. I'm not
And
gonna tell her what
hold
to
up.
do.
I want to say this because somebody said Lizzo is vegan, but also Lizzo matches her head and her body match. What we talking about is Latasha's head not matching the rest of her
It don't
body.
match her body. It don't. It don't. It's giving
Mhm.
GLP-1. But
And Barry.
it is. So that's number one is what we discovered. Number two is Nene said to her, you and your husband, are y'all separated? And she said, we're together. And she said, we actually separated 2 years ago, but it's all what you worked through. It's giving y'all never broke up and that your song was a scheme that y'all had set up.
Upon
Just
the
like
other
this sit down.
bullshit.
Just like everybody said. And then number three, she said that her mom is the prayer warrior that keeps the family together. And I was like, are you fucking serious? We saw your mama literally cause a divide between the two of y'all on the show. Um, Anything
Triangulation like
else
a
I
mother.
can think of? Yeah, triangulation. I can't think of anything else from this interview besides it did seem like Nene had a lot of sympathy for her, but I think
Of
that
course.
Nene was just projecting her own feelings of being an outcast and not necessarily taking in the facts of what has happened with this group.
No, I think that they both delusional. I think Nene's delusional in the same way that Latasha is delusional. I heard, and I didn't watch it, but I heard her, I saw the post that she said that she would rather have Ashley Darby sing for her than Candy. I'm like, girl, you never gonna stop hating Candy, are you? And then, I know a lot of y'all don't like Candy singing, but bitch, please stop. Like, please stop. Y'all heard Ashley Darby. Please cut it the fuck out.
Yeah,
Like, please miss me. To me, I feel like
Mhm.
this was a we both hate Candy, so let's sit down and talk type of
it
situation.
was.
I also feel like I don't know if Nene is actually good at this. I'm not entertained by her in this manner.
Well,
In
I
this,
thought
like,
she did a good job.
I didn't
I
watch it.
thought so.
But in
Yeah,
podcast form, I just don't always like when somebody's interviewing her, she's entertaining. But her sitting there, like, I guess, because like I said, I didn't watch. I've only kind of seen the clips and stuff. And then I saw the podcast with Sierra. And I'm just like, listen, whoever is helping you make this work, I'm happy for you because we've been asking for you to do this shit for over a decade now.
Mhm.
Um, but I'm just not convinced because Nene is not really consistent. So we'll
She
see.
not. I'm hoping that she is. I will say in this format she is better, but I know exactly what you're talking about when you said the Sierra and that podcast, the talking over, not letting like that, like how she did. They just, I don't know who they had managing them. It wasn't good, but how she did this
horrible.
one, she actually had a guide, right? She had these questions and stuff that she read from. She actually listened to what Tasha had to say, and she responded and stuff. So I thought that Nene did a pretty good job with this. I think she's getting some assistance and help. I did not like that Nene threw more than one shot at Candy, saying one she couldn't dance, and then you said something about her voice when you also sat up there and said that you don't hold on to grudges or something like that.
Yeah.
You move on, but then you over here taking shots at Candy, so it made me feel like
Also
either
said she was surprised that Candy was the youngest in the group. She said, "Really?
yeah,
That's surprising."
Why
yes,
would that be surprising?
it's it,
Brandy literally looks like, like
The
especially when they
youngest.
were
like the
yeah.
youngest, literally. I feel like two things. One, it could be that she don't like her, and then it also made me feel like, did you say this in an effort to get this portion of your thing to go viral? Because
Both.
every time y'all say something about Candy, y'all know Candy really is gonna respond to y'all at some point. But I was so glad that Carmen pulled up on her at her. I think she was doing her Amazon live or something to make sure that she didn't talk about none of this shit. I'm so glad. Like, don't say shit about it. But as far as Tasha, she pissing me off. I just feel like all of this is semantics. I feel like Tasha's trying to get her image back just a bit, and it's not necessarily working. That whole, oh, I did this residual song because I admire Chris Brown's perseverance or whatever, so I felt that I'll do this song, and it actually helped because I was able to connect with my sister and I called her and this and that, and it's really giving segue into the album that you're about to drop. You're trying
Mhm.
to be back cool, and what I did not like was the lines that she did in the song talking about we've been separated for 2 years, 30 years washed down the drain. Now check this. She said in the interview that was about her group, right? She did admit they have their marital stuff, but when she gave those lines, she was talking about the group. And I said, well, didn't you start the group when you were a child, a teenager? But you got married to this man when you were 21. You're 51 now, so that would be 30 years. You were talking about your marriage. So I'm a little confused because now you were trying to make it seem like y'all weren't together until Tamika busted you out on that Ricky Smiley interview and confirmed that y'all are still together. And then now you're saying, well, we're working on things. It's giving the same vibe that she gave us a year or so ago when she said they have an open marriage. Whole time you
Yeah.
about to drop this Christian
Mm.
album, which was crazy to me. So
Stupid.
it's just giving like you just keep coming back, having the same conversations, going in a circle, and I'm just looking crazy. And it's sad. And another thing that I mentioned when I did my video is when you're attached to certain people and you may be wondering why you're not excelling in a certain place, but the moment you shed yourself of those people, you're starting to elevate. I feel like that man could potentially be the one holding you back. Maybe that's why
Absolutely.
your
He is.
musical solo career has never taken off. The moment you drop him, you just might go do something
She
potentially.
not gonna do it because she feel like that's all she got.
Yeah.
She not gonna ever leave him. She gonna be like the rest of them dead brained bird brain old bitches that try to give you advice about staying with some ain't shit ass nigga that they didn't stay with their whole life and are resentful about.
And
She
then Wendy asked her, I'm not Wendy, but Nene asked her about whether it was a baby. No, there was no baby. I said, why you ask her if he got somebody pregnant on her?
Oh,
I just feel like
that's
she
a
was
better.
you ain't asked the good enough question, girl. Child, I'm looking at Latasha like I think Latasha is one of those people that you just can't get through to. And I think I felt that
Mm-mm.
watching a reality show, watching them with Escape. I'm like, you can't get through to her. She's delusional and she's not in a real space. So you can't even really have no real conversation with her. She's a victim. It's always everybody else's fault. And I'm willing to fuck over my business, my career, my gift, all for a man that looks like a crackhead.
Whew.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Hold up. What else I wanted to say right quick? Oh, Nene. Nene throwing shots at Candy is really because Candy just sold the biggest play on Broadway ever. Like,
Mm.
did they say the Othello play that Candy is entire produced outsold every other Broadway play ever or some shit like that? I think when you think about it, especially when you remember how Nene first got into acting, and it was through theater. And to have her no longer be somebody that's being called on for any real acting jobs because you have a bad attitude and you play yourself. So that's cute. I'm sorry, that's cute, on Kim Field's show that she had and all of that. That was cute over there. But over here, in real life on Broadway and all of that, it's not. And Candy continues to put herself in an upper echelon that they can't reach her at, which is why I'm glad you said that she did not respond. Please don't respond to these two bird brains. Please don't.
I wouldn't.
Oh,
Mhm.
And Tasha Thomas, these are my sisters, and I want them back. I want, I want us to work it out. But then you're over here with Nene taking shots at Candy. Like, that's not
thank
good.
you.
But
Some
then
Are you?
Nene said, your album or your song debuted at number 27. I was like, girl,
And
not
then,
even top 10, not even top 20,
I mean,
27.
and then
First of
talking about
all,
something, I could sue them if I wanted because I do own the trademark. And then gonna say you can look it up.
with the
Well,
money.
I added Tamika name on there, and it's like, bitch, it ain't no added Tamika name, nothing. Like both of y'all own the trademark. Like that's what it
Y'all own
is.
it.
I'm like, why is you playing in these people's face like this, man?
Okay,
Yup.
It's
y'all.
not helping.
I want to change the subject just real quick, real fast, because something was brought on my mind.
Ooh.
Somebody
Mhm.
mentioned Black Mirror in the comments, and I had
Yeah.
to write it so I wouldn't forget. Y'all want to talk about
Mm.
somebody that cannot act? I hate this so much, y'all. I hate it so much.
Issa.
Bruh, it was terrible. It was
Issa?
Everybody
so
said that.
bad. It was so bad. Like like the awkwardness that she had on her show worked. But when you actually need to play a character that is attracted to somebody, she comes off as asexual. I feel like I
Mm.
never paid close enough attention to the photograph. You know what it is? As a woman, when you are being chased by a man in a movie, it's easy for you to just kind of rest on the man doing the work and you just kind of receiving. But her playing like an actual lesbian in this film, I mean, well, in this episode, and it actually also in the film, it just was
Mhm.
like, girl, it is like the way her eyes would just kind of be open. You know what I'm saying? Like, girl, where is where's the depth? And it was a good episode. The writing of the episode was really good. Basically, Issa becomes AI actress inside of a film, but the other actress that's actually dead inside of the film and her have like they start having a relationship. Basically, she get locked inside of the film, which is inside of her mind. They put these little things on her, it's connected to a computer. She's supposed to act out the movie. And at some point, the one of the stupid ass dudes spilled something on a computer and they had a blackout. So now she's in the movie with the woman. Everybody else is paused, but until they could get it fixed, she was stuck in the movie with the woman. And the way time was moving in the movie, it's moving much faster. So days are going by as
Mhm.
hours are going by in real time.
Mm.
But basically, she ends up having this cross time lesbian relationship with this white lady in this film. And at the end, yeah, hotel reverie, at the end they just give her a phone and now she can get on the phone and talk to the lady via AI from a video. Basically any video, they can transmute you into the movie. with the AI shit. Child, it was a lot.
But all she had to do was say, basically, it was almost like the movie was a game. So the movie had to end with the same like
the ending
climax, the
line.
same, yeah, the same ending line. You had to get to the end of the movie, the same conclusion. And as long as you did, she would have made it out. But at that point, she had fell in love with the lady and decided that she wanted to stay in the movie with the lady. Um, so yeah, that was the end of it. That episode was. It reminded me they're mirroring a lot of the previous episodes that they had in older seasons. Like to me, this was a mirror episode of Juniper. Y'all remember Juniper with the black lady and the white lady, and they was a lesbian couple, and they would travel
Yep.
in time and end
Mhm.
up in. Yeah,
Oh no,
that's
no,
exactly.
I'm thinking of something else. No, I'm
I need
sorry.
to
I'm
go back
thinking.
and watch because I
Yeah,
haven't
I haven't
watched
seen
all of
it.
the like I haven't been in Black Mirror like that. Jump in and out. But
Okay.
I'm just mad.
Yeah, and this is like the video game too.
I was like, Issa, what's going on? Why would you take this role if you couldn't emote? Like she doesn't emote. Like
No.
She took it for a challenge, and they let her rock out because of her name. But honestly, she played the same character in a lot of stuff that she's done.
everything.
Yeah,
Hmm.
she has.
Everything.
I know she took it for a challenge because it's so different than anything. But I mean, they was
That's
just
the
gonna
episode.
continue to work with her for the name.
She
Um,
needs to go
I
back to
think we're
making
gonna
this
get
shit.
used to seeing her. We might have to get used to. She could. I feel like she's gonna do another role that's gonna be different than what
You know what?
because she's probably trying to challenge herself a bit more.
Put her in a comedy, child. Get the fuck out here. Put her
She
in a
was. She was in a rom
comedy.
com.
Yes.
Do y'all remember
Put
her in that
those.
rom com with the Indian dude and they was in New Orleans?
Yes. Yes, I do remember
Yeah.
that.
I don't remember.
Be in some rom-com so you can have
I
that
might have
that
seen that.
dry, awkward, and you'll have a man that you could play off of. In this situation, she would have had to be more dominant in this role. And she
Hmm.
really what I mean, yeah, I was watching it
It
like
was the weirdest thing.
it was so weird to watch. I was like, why I feel like she dead behind the eyes? Like, what's going on, Issa? And I wanted her to do good in this, but it just, I mean, it didn't make sense on so many levels. But
Tracy Ellis Ross did amazing though on her role.
no, she did. I
And
enjoyed
her
that
episode,
episode. Yeah, that was a good ass episode. They acted their asses off in that episode. I was crying at the end of that one. Like that
really?
was a lot.
You cried?
Oh, at the for the when the lady
Oh,
was
the
dying.
first one.
Yeah,
Yeah, that was.
yeah, when she was dying, yes.
Mm.
And then when he put the pillow over
Uh,
her head, I was just like, "Oh no."
yeah, no, and when he went to, yeah, that I've only watched the first three because Black Mirror is not a show that I can binge because
Yeah.
every single episode is dark. It makes your mind wander, and it's just like it's exhausting a little bit.
Mhm.
So I gotta
Yeah.
pace that shit out.
Rashida Jones, and that white boy who was her husband, they acted their asses off in that first episode. That's why when I went to watch and the previous one, like the black girl who was dealing with the microaggressions, uh all of that acting was so good that by the time I got to Issa's episode, it was like obvious that
Mm.
she
Mm-mm.
wasn't like emoting. Like, bitch, where are the emotions? Like, I need the emotion.
Yeah, yeah, it was anticlimactic. I stopped after that. After that, I was like, I'm good.
Yeah.
So
I haven't watched anything else since then. And I honestly I fell asleep on it and then went back just to watch the end. And I was like, bitch, really? And
hmm
all of the gay girls on TikTok, it was like, so Issa is so not gay. We don't have to worry about her, ladies. Issa is not gay, not even a little bit, not even a lot. And I was just like, I don't even know if I feel like Issa gives off sexual energy even for men. That's why I say she give off an asexual vibe. Like, I do a lot of things, but sex is not it.
Mm,
And then that should be
what?
okay. But yeah, I wish she would have did a little bit better.
Yeah. Yup. Okay, well,
That's the
that's
show.
it, y'all. That's it. That's it. Thank y'all for joining us for another Thursday of Ooh Ladies First panel. Y'all be sure to catch us on the podcast. Let me pull up my picture. Where the picture at? Yeah. Y'all be sure to catch us on the podcast. Follow us at Ooh Ladies First. Ooh Ladies First panel at gmail.com. Jamie, that's me. Bondi Blue Rose Bonnie, Nisi Dixon. Also follow my real estate page, Nisi Knows DFW, if you need locating in the DFW, y'all. Anything else?
No,
That's it.
All right. Good night, y'all.
Bye,
See you
y'all.
on Jamie's channel next week.